I love my son. That's me replying to chat. See what y'all don't see?
Oh, got you.
See, they clip so chat. They ask me a question.
Yeah,
and it's me like talking back to them.
So do they clip your stuff and put it all over Instagram?
Yeah, they.
Do I see you everywhere? Right now?
I don't even know these motherfuckers clipping me. Some people try to make me look bad. Some people try to make me look stupid. But a lot of times the stuff y'all see, it's a clip. Okay, so one clip I seen, motherfucker act like I'm talking to John Jones.
Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't.
I watched you call him on the live stream.
I don't call. John Jones don't pick up my phone call.
He even did a talk to text while you were streaming. It said, John Jones, Rampage, you're a pussy. I heard him say it.
That wasn't John Jones.
All right, was it John Jones or no?
That wasn't.
I guarantee you he's not going on.
The screen name said John Jones.
That's not.
Yeah, but anyone can.
No one's going to do that. No one's going to do that.
No one's going to be like, oh, my name's John Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely going to do that.
How about this? Let's start this recap.
Okay, before we go on the recap, I do have to say, when you talk with that tone, you do sound like Morgan Freeman, like in one of those like nature documentaries. You do have that Morgan Freeman-esque
like
feeling.
calm.
Yeah, he's like, oh, my name's Rampage Jaxxon. And,
No, honestly, right then and there, that's when you see me fed up with Chat, because Chat trolled the fuck out of me.
Who is that?
Chat is the chatters.
And where's he from?
I don't know where the motherfucker. They from everywhere.
It's a bunch of people.
Who's they? You're talking about the chat on Kickstream?
Yeah.
Oh, you've lost him. I thought you were talking about a person.
No,
You went from fighting Vanderlei Silva, the most dangerous man on the planet, to being worried about a bunch of high schoolers.
Thank you.
And what they have to say about you.
Now, some of them be grown. Some of them be grown. Some of them be grown.
Before we start the pod, let me get some of this caveman eats. I love this. Hey, I went to Sprouts. I wiped him out.
It's blowing up. It's insane.
It's the best beef jerky I've ever had. It's
just not beef jerky. It's steak.
That's not beef jerky.
That's an air-dried steak. That's a 20-ounce ribeye in every 5-ounce bag.
What would your son say about you eating meat right now?
Fuck him. He don't eat meat. Fuck him.
That's not good.
No, it's horrible.
Yeah.
You need it.
Yep.
Minerals, iron.
Hey, bro, I dropped some. Put some of this meat in your mouth. Come on.
Do it, man.
He was thinking about it.
For the stream. You got to do it for the stream.
Yeah.
He looked like a guppy.
Yeah, I thought you were going to drop it in.
No, yeah.
I was going to let you drop it in. Yeah. I thought you were going to like,
hey.
I'm like, yo, don't play with my lips with your finger, Rampage. I don't know where your finger been.
Hey, Bear, you going to let another man drop his meat in your mouth? Man, he looks just like his dad with his beard like that, I tell you.
Yeah.
Easy for Rampage to say, huh?
Yeah.
All skinny.
Let's get up this recap.
All right, let's do it.
Hey,
Massive recap. Hey, where's our papers?
Yeah, where's the notes?
I got it on the string on the computer.
Oh, this is crazy.
I got my notes right here.
Oh, no.
Just do this one before the main card, right?
So the real Hunter, he's 9-0 going in this fight. He is a Russian Chechnyan who was part of Hamzat Chimaev's training camp. This guy was.
I thought I recognized him.
Yep, he was very respectful, very kind.
He was out here training.
Yep, he trained the entire time. Rampage met him. He went and fought on the Dana White Contender Series. After he won, he held the 4 fingers up to Dana. Dana looked at him and he said, Dana, I just won in 4 days. Hamzat Chimaev is fighting on a Chicago card. It would be a dream for me to fight with my brother. Can I go? Dana said, you're going. Then he goes to Chicago and he gets on this card. Now, this guy's camp, and in that corner are 2 or 3 of Hamzat Chimaev's guys. What an amazing display of teamwork, and what an amazing display of people coming together. I really want to touch on this because this is one point I didn't really get to make. Everybody was talking about Hamzat's camp and the sparring partners maybe not being known, or the sparring partners, people not understanding who they are, or the sparring partners not being these well-known UFC names. And I want this to be very clear. Like, these guys were the guys that Hamzat was sparring with the entire time. TJ was here, so I'll let him kind of talk about it a little bit more and shed some light. Stop with the narrative that if you don't have grade A UFC champions in the UFC in your, camp, that you're not going to have a good camp, because this shows a complete example of what you need. You need real fighters, people that are dogs that are willing to get down with you.
Yeah,
TJ,
I mean, having other UFC fighters that are top dogs is kind of hard to have them all in the practice room all the time, right? Yeah, you want to get pushed by them, but who you really need to get pushed by is the hungry younger guys that are trying to create a name, because they're going to be in the room doing everything they possibly can to create a name for themselves because they have not made it yet. Those are the guys that are going to push you. The guys that people know nothing about are guys that are very important to have inside your camp, hold you accountable, and are going to be there and working harder, if not as hard as me,
And Rampage, I know you walked over to Santo Performance Studio, the gym here in Newport Beach that we built. You watched these guys all train, and you were telling me how incredible it was, the pace and the pressure that you saw as camp and the people that were putting it on him. What did you think about this fight?
This fight right here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was amazed that this guy fought 4 days because you know how sore you get. But I didn't see his fight that he had in the Contender. I didn't see it. But you know how sore you get, TJ, after a fight. Sometimes it takes you more than 4 days.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, even just like a leg kick, you're going to be limping around for a little while. You know?
And then for him to come and fight in front of, like one of the, the biggest event in MMA, and 4 days later, it shows a lot about this guy's character and his heart.
During the camp Rampage, you had the chance to sit down with Ilya, who was light heavyweight. Then he fought heavyweight out of All Stars in Sweden. He was part of Hamzat Chimaev's training camp. And when you went in there, you were watching these guys spar, and you saw them doing some technical drills that TJ, you kind of were showing everybody is like these same-sided leg kicks. And you were also talking about working from the clinch and striking. Was there anything specific you remember about training specifically with this guy while you were training with Big Yuko?
Just being well-rounded, and athletic. Like this younger breed of UFC fighters are now coming up are very well-rounded athletes. They can do other sports, and just impressive how quick they pick up on technique. But what I was the most impressed with as a group is how well they all mesh together and how they'd all roll up in like 4 Suburbans looking like the mafia coming out for practice, and then fill the mats and just having a good time. And I was really impressed by his entire camp.
And then in terms of this fight, we saw this guy, Nolan, he was kind of putting some pressure on him. And people in the chat, because we went through our Jaxxon podcast Discord and we kind of asked people what do they thought about the fight. And when I took some notes from everything, people were saying that his striking looked good. It looked like he was catching him.
Look how comfortable he is, right? He's very relaxed on his feet. So you know that he likes to be there, enjoys being there. He's confident there. We'll see some other fights that are going to be coming up here soon that you don't see that as much, right? I mean, even when it's someone that's as dominant as Hamzat, he's not as loose as this guy is on his feet, but he's so dominant in his wrestling, he uses it to his advantage, right? But this guy's comfortable on his feet. He's comfortable on the ground. So I said he's so well-rounded. It was easy to pick up on techniques. He's going to have a great future in the UFC.
I wonder how did his fight go 4 days prior? Was it like a 3-round fight, or did he knock the guy out in the first round?
I didn't watch it. I just seen him holding up 4 fingers to the camera saying, 4 days notice.
Dana White said that he saved the Dana White Contender Series card that night. He talked about the way he fought and what he did. And I think the cool thing about it was, look at right there. The cool thing is that this guy has like the same kind of fighting style as Hamzat with the way he kind of controls from the back. His wrestling was good. And I love the way he was picking people up and tossing them, kind of drilling all the same things Hamzat was drilling the entire time. TJ, how important is it that the guys that you spar with or the guys that you train with going into a fight kind of imitate or, replicate certain moves of the guys you are about to fight?
Yeah, that's the whole plan. Especially as you get higher up in the rankings, you have a bigger name. It's easier to bring in guys and pay guys to be there and mimic who you're going to fight. I think it's very important because the more muscle memory and the more you're training certain combos and seeing certain looks that are coming at you, your brain's just going to naturally pick up on that timing. And when you get in the fight, you don't have to think about it and you just do it. Like, you can't be in flow state if you're thinking all the time. And if you want to be your best in there, I really believe you need to be in your flow state to where you're reacting. Because if you're thinking, you're a step behind. So I think it's very important.
So did this fight replace Bobby Green's fight? Because I found out like that day of that he pulled out.
Yeah, what happened to Bobby Green?
Bobby Green said he couldn't walk.
I don't know, but why?
I don't know. But he did a whole Instagram story saying that, guys, come on, if I could walk, I would fight, but I can't even walk. It's not like it was a cut. It's not like something I could hide. So, I feel bad for Bobby. This was going to be a good fight for him. He put in a great camp. I like to see him do good. Bobby's a good friend of the podcast.
So did Hamzat teammate fight Bobby Green's opponent?
Well, there was 3 fights that got canceled. Three fights on the card that got canceled leading up to this fight. Brian Battles, obviously, missing weight.
Dude.
Brian Battle missed weight?
Again.
By 4 pounds.
By 4 pounds. What?
And he moved up a weight division, right? I haven't talked to him yet, but I think he did move up a weight division.
He missed weight last time too.
Yeah, 2 in a row now. The guy took the fight and then Battles won. It was someone we interviewed.
It was Nursultan. It's the guy that was training here the whole time with Hamzat. Another guy that was here the whole time. He was like 6'5". He's from Kazakhstan. I think.
Okay, that was who the fight was?
That's who Brian Battles was supposed to fight.
I don't know, but the fight that he did fight and he was 4 pounds over, we interviewed that guy as well. Who was that?
Oh, that was Rude Boy.
Yeah, Rude Boy. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. I remember watching the tape now to where he was able to push him up against the cage.
Brown,
and
Randy Brown.
Randy Brown.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, that's not a good look to miss weight again, especially by 4 pounds. Like the UFC ain't gonna be happy. You know what I mean? They're lucky they have guys that'll come in and save the show and take places like this, but that's just not a good look.
What you think is going through a guy's camp in his mind if he's off by 4 pounds?
I've never missed weight my entire life since wrestling at 8 years old. I feel like cutting weight's just one of those things you do as part of the job, and for you to miss, it's just your discipline is shit.
Should I call him and ask him why he missed weight?
Yeah.
If you want, sure.
I never miss weight either.
You never once, yeah.
Who did I recently talk to? They were talking about Rampage. Oh, Sam Calvito when he was here.
Oh, yeah.
About you not missing weight. Yeah, he came through.
Dude, I love that you got Sam Calvito. The guy's like, because he hasn't been on interviews, and I finally see him do an interview with DC and Chael, and it was awesome because it just really shows off how much effort he puts into all of us fighters, how he goes above and beyond, and also he's just a genius.
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 Just brilliant. Like, I never had anybody that can explain stuff like that complex to me where I can understand. You know the stuff he was talking about with all the stuff with the nutrition and how things flow in your blood and work and what does what. Like whenever people are like, they're speaking gibberish, another language. He broke it down. He had the little board and stuff. He broke it down. And I was watching. I'm like, I can act because I learned different from other people.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy can actually explain this to somebody that's.
Well, you know he's a world-renowned calculus teacher, right?
Oh, I didn't know.
So he's people would travel from Japan and China to take his class for like a advanced placement class. He's not only is he smart, he can teach too. So to be honest, that's why I have a nutrition company, Wild Society, is because of Sam Calvito. Like he flipped my whole nutrition, my supplementation upside down. I was like taking the wrong supplements when I first met him. I was coaching the Ultimate Fighter against Garbrandt. He showed up to my house and all these supplements on the counter. He's like, you got to throw all those away. I was like, what do you mean, man? This is what I take to get jacked, you know? And he's like, no, this is messing up all your endocrine system. This is doing that. This is doing this. And really opened my eyes to what real nutrition, peak performance, health and wellness, like, to be honest, what this whole longevity kick is about right now, it's the same thing as peak performance. And so everything that I learned from Sam has now turned it into a company for me. And that's how Wild Society is now existing because of the knowledge that I've learned in his garage and just getting back to the basics. Like basics is what works. Eating real food, you know, like caveman eats 2 ingredients,
Bro,
right? Grass-fed beef and salt. You're getting back to the basics. What's really going to work, you know?
Man, that's that he's the reason why I'm back. Like got my weight down.
Yeah, that's right. Your thyroid stuff.
My thyroid,
right?
yeah, bro. He saved me. He saved me because I didn't know what to do. I wasn't going to keep living like that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to keep going. I couldn't figure it out. I was taking medicine that was fucking me up.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy's a genius, bro.
He really
he
is.
came
man.
for the Jaxxon Behind the Brand show. We did Hamzat Chimaev's UFC press camp here for the whole conference. And he came through. And then he spent time to talk about Armin and Hamzat's training camp. He also touched a little light on you about your work ethic and what you did there. And he was telling us about all the wrestlers. And if people go watch the Hamzat Chimaev meets Anderson Silva video on our Jaxxon Behind the Brand show, which comes out every Friday, you could watch a whole breakdown of Sam Calvito talking about everything he does during training. And Hamzat and Armin have both already talked to me saying that for their next camp, they're going to use him.
Of course.
So they're going to come back out here.
That's exact. So he opened my eyes to so much. I've already been a world champion. I was going to be fighting Garbrandt. I met him at the Ultimate Fighter. I picked his brain just for a few hours and I was like blown away. So I was like, all right, I got to come back to Southern California. Came down here for 2 weeks to kind of test out his workouts and pick his brain and see how how good he was. And I was blown away when I got here. So I decided to move my whole camp back to Southern California. I was living in Colorado and moved everything down here because of Sam Calvito. I knew he was going to help me push to the top. And just, I'm so glad I did because it's, changed the trajectory of my entire life and where I'm at now.
Bro, he's not for the weak.
No,
he's not for the weak. Because if you're a weak fighter and you had trained him, you either quit. You'll quit training with him or you'll quit fighting.
Yeah, Hamzat came to the house one night over here in Newport with Armin, and we were walking, and they were explaining to me about the flow, their body, what they were trying to kind of regulating in terms of their heart rate and monitoring the fat burn and all that. The things you kind of broke.
He's doing his low base.
Yeah, I mean, TJ was yelling at me for weeks before Hamzat got here about what he thinks Hamzat would need to make this place look like we put on one of the best camps, and one of them was strength and conditioning. And he said, just have him go do 2 days a week there, and he'll be great, and everything else works phenomenal. TJ, got to give you flowers on that. You called it all, head to toe. And I think everybody's rumor and narrative about Hamzat having to have cardio to survive 5 rounds. Obviously, he showed it.
Yeah.
Right. And we'll get there. Yeah. But one thing I think before we move on from this is this guy is all business. That's the cool thing. Yeah. He came here and all he wanted to talk about was their performance, how hard they trained, all their analytics, their body. He has everything regulated, everything kind of calculated on his phone. He has all these stats and graphs. Yeah. So people, if they want to see it, they can kind of go through that.
I'm telling you right now, you got to watch this Behind the Brand because Sam Calvito does not do interviews. He finally did one with DC and Chael. I did not know that he was on this. Like if you want to get a glimpse of all the shit I'm talking about, why I started a company, a peak performance, and the success I've had, you got to watch Behind the Brand with Sam Calvito.
Yeah.
So then on this fight right now, obviously Hamzat's guy got the victory.
Nolan?
No, Surshkov. Yeah, he beat Nolan.
Oh, he beat Nolan.
How you say his name?
Surshkov.
Huh?
The real hunter, Surshkov.
Surshkov?
Yeah, pretty good actually.
That was good, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, hey, congratulations.
Bro, I've been working on not fucking up people's names.
Yeah, you've been working on your diet too. Look how lean you are.
All right, I know you ain't you like fucking Skeletor. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, you doing something though, because your diet looks great. No, you look good right now.
I'm getting back to trying not to eat carbs and sugars. I actually drank water at my dinner the other day.
You don't usually do that?
I hate that.
I gotta drinking a bottle of tequila. Dude.
Bro, I gotta have something. I gotta have like sugar-free soda or something. If I go out, they don't got Coke Zero, I do Arnold Palmer, and that's still got a lot of
It's just all empty calories, dude.
I know.
It's doing nothing for you. If you just switch up, like, eat 200 grams of protein a day and stick to, like, a high-protein, real, like, carnivore diet for a month, I promise you will lean out like a motherfucker.
You know what this remind me? One time I was scrolling on TikTok and I came across one of your videos and you was telling people about you up your
protein.
Yeah, protein. That's how you. And I said, the next day, because I take protein, but I'm not always serious about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I told my coach, I said, listen, I got to get serious about my protein intake, and that's what I've been doing.
It needs to be more than just your protein supplement. It needs to be like every meal. And you'll be a lot more full throughout the day if you're eating protein. Like if I eat a 20-ounce ribeye, which is in this bag, or like if I eat lunch or for breakfast, right? I'll eat 6 eggs. I'll eat like 2 chicken sausage patties. It's like 75 grams of protein.
I can eat chicken sausage patties?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but what?
They're organic.
Hey, well, how bad is I ate steak every day for like a year? How bad is that? I heard that's probably bad for you.
You just got to get your blood checked to make sure you're keeping all your levels in check.
Yeah,
it's actually not bad for you.
Okay,
There's some guys that do it completely, but you need some fiber. You need some greens.
Yeah.
You want to make sure your shit's clean in there as well too.
I mean,
right?
I just do good sleep and red Gatorade and I'm shredded.
It's better than just eating
we know you on some shit.
Sugar and carbs.
Man, we fight, bro. We fighters. We know you on some shit.
Boys, all natty.
You're not natty, but I got my blood work done recently,
Yeah.
and there was no problems with it.
Yeah. You'd actually be better off just for this next month, just go carnivore. Just eat a shit ton of protein for the next month. I promise you'll lean up.
And no veggies?
You don't have to eat veggies.
Fuck veggies. I'm down with that.
You don't need to eat veggies because the animals you're eating eat veggies.
Oh, for real?
That's the craziest.
Say less, nigga. Say less.
That's the craziest one I've ever heard.
I like what TJ said.
That's the craziest one.
I'm gonna listen to him over I listen to you. Tell me. So I don't gotta eat no veggies. I just
do it for a month, man. Just go carnivore for a month.
Just what? Eggs?
Yeah, eggs, meat.
Can I have cheese? No.
Yeah, you can.
No cheese is horrible for you.
No, you can eat some cheese.
It'll make you
inflamed.
inflamed. It'll make you inflamed. Dairy's bad
I'm talking to a motherfucking
It depends on the person.
champion. I'm not
Look at
listening
him.
to
He
you.
gets bloated quickly.
He's natty and you not. Nigga,
I am natty as it comes.
You can eat some cheese.
Okay,
just stick to anything animal-based proteins and high protein diet.
Bonitos, not
like
those
if you
cheese
eat 200 grams of protein a day, bro, and you do it for the next month, you will lose so much fat.
Oh, thank you. What about Taco Tuesday if I had the chips and dip? I can't have the chips.
I mean, you gotta enjoy your life at the same time.
But it's like a cheat.
Yeah, it's a little.
I'm gonna try to do it from.
At least it's corn though, right?
Okay, do corn.
And do like something that's made with like avocado oil, and they don't have seed oils in it. Right? The seed oils will fuck you up. But eat something that's like a cleaner chip, or even tacos as well too. Use like good organic corn flour tortillas, not regular flour.
Okay, what about those pork rinds.
Those are good.
I can eat those.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I eat those instead of
Pork rinds are great.
It's all grease and salt.
No, as long as it's just not made with all the seed oils and shit. You just gotta dude, they have tons of really good brands
he thinks
that
you're
have.
talking about
Thank you.
hot
I'll send you some
Yeah,
shit.
thank you. I'm
I'll
picking
send
your
you
brand.
some
Yeah,
shit.
fuck you, Bear. I'm listening to him.
Yeah.
TJ know his shit, bro. I'm telling you.
Brother, have you seen his refrigerator? During his
We're
live
gonna
stream?
change it right now.
I don't keep food in my house because I only eat once a day, and my chef goes and buys stuff fresh every day. I don't.
Bro,
really
if you
keep
got a chef,
I got a
He's
chef. I don't know how to
full-time
cook.
chef.
I know. So if you got a chef, dude, it'd be easy for you to stay carnivore.
Okay, I'll be carnivore.
And I don't think you have to do one meal a day. You should do it. Intermittent fasting is great.
Yeah.
Don't do it every day. You come in and out of it.
I'll come in. Yeah, I do it. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I got a business meeting. Or
Cool.
Every now and then I eat some breakfast if I'm starving. Because sometimes if I go somewhere and I don't like the food, I can't eat that much.
Yeah.
So I just eat, and then the next morning I wake up, I'm starving.
Yeah. Sometimes when I travel, I was just at the Sprouts convention out in Nashville, which was amazing. Sprouts is by far the best partner I could possibly have for Wild Society. But when I'm traveling, I just decide to do like a 2 or 3 day fast because I just know I'm not gonna be able to eat good food. Like I'm in the airport, unless if I'm busy, I'll take my snacks with me and stuff, and I'll eat. I'll go to steakhouses. But a lot of times, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be traveling for the next 2-3 days. I'll just do a 3-day water fast.
Bro, that's
and
dangerous.
Just drink water.
That's dangerous for me. I get hangry, bro. I can't do it. I can't be around
But dude,
people like that.
day 2 is awesome. Like the first day gets hard, day 2 is awesome, and then day 3 kind of feels like you're cutting weight a little bit.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, I love
Okay,
it.
so the next one that I want to kind of talk about is they got this kid, Kai Asakura, who could be literally the face of the franchise in Japan and really bringing a whole new audience. And they just,
But he keep getting his ass kicked over here though.
yeah,
It's just showing that the UFC there's no one like it. There's no talent like there is in the UFC. Like he's
why
a
are we
great fighter.
discrediting Tim Elliott?
I'm not
No,
discrediting.
no, we're not
I'm giving him
discrediting.
credit right now. So he's a risen champion. Came over here and he's losing to Tim Elliott, and Tim Elliott's not a champion. He's very good, but he's not our champion. He's not. What is he ranked right now? Do you know?
Tim Elliott was ranked.
He's a veteran. He's 38 years old.
Yeah.
He's been around forever. He's scrappy.
He was 11 and Kai was 15.
Yeah. So I mean, he's 11, right? So there's still 10 more guys ahead of him, and like he got a title fight coming right in the UFC. I know it's because he's hyped up, but this comes to show, man. Like there's levels of this game, and the UFC is the highest level by far.
Let me say something. It took, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not the greatest MMA thinker. I don't be really thinking about this shit.
You're an athlete.
Yeah, I don't be thinking about what's going on in
champion.
MMA. I don't be thinking about MMA and what's going on in MMA, but it just dawned on me right now. UFC, they ain't in the business of building motherfuckers.
No.
This motherfucker, they were like, I'm thinking like, why they gonna bring this guy over here and then just, who's a fucking matchmaker? But they were like, but I'm thinking like, what the fuck? He got to build himself.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers coming from other organizations, they're gonna, you know what I'm saying?
What it's doing, it's building.
Amen, Rampage
It's building the UFC, right?
Yeah.
So by bringing this guy in here and matching him up, it's like, look, this is welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Not only the talent, the promotion,
Yeah.
like all this stuff. It's like Dana's smart, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Amen.
he knows what he's doing all the time.
You know what he's doing, but we get fucked up. Other organizations, you know how you talk to them like, let's build them up, let's give them this path.
Well, because you're coming from the UFC.
Yeah.
If you're going like they need your name because you're coming from the UFC. So it's like they're going to build their promotion off of you, so they need to give you the right fights. You know what I mean?
But
Like
UFC,
this way is the other way around.
Yeah.
Rampage,
like-
you're
if you win,
100%.
if you win, okay, yeah, good. But
Yeah.
we're gonna give you this motherfucker. He was a champion of
Risen.
Risen, and then he come over here and what number rank was this guy?
This guy was
11.
11 and Kai was 15.
Yeah.
No, but Rampage, you're 100% right. That's why people respect UFC. That's why it's the dominant franchise.
And it's a win-win for them, bro. Because if this guy comes over and he gets a win, he's a new star. All right, the UFC's got a new star. He comes and loses like he does. You welcome to the show.
But I'm gonna be honest with you though. Even my first fight in the UFC, coming from a show that was at the time larger than the UFC at the time.
Pride.
Yeah. I still had the UFC jitters. So this champion, but this is his second fight. I realized that my first round with Marvin Eastman in the UFC, I was nervous, and normally as soon as I touched him, as soon as the fight started, no more nerves. But in the UFC,
The promotion's legit. dude.
it's crazy, right? So I'm thinking this kid, but this is his second fight, no excuse.
He fought for the title of his first fight. He fought for a world title.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who? Guess who?
The champion right now.
Against the champion.
Who? Pantoja.
Against,
Pantoja.
against-
Pantoja.
Pantoja.
Do you do your homework,
No,
dog?
I remember now. I remember
Yeah.
I saw that fight.
Yeah.
I remember.
Well, the thing is that everybody keeps saying this in Rampage. I'm so happy that it came from you. And TJ, you're like, I would say you probably say this more than anybody though. UFC is the most dominant fighting organization on the planet.
By far.
And it means something when you have a UFC belt on your mantle at your house as a world champion. I don't know, because I'm not a fighter, if a PFL belt or you know if a Bellator belt means the same.
No.
But what UFC
You've
has
seen
been
it.
able, UFC has been able to do is to show we don't sugarcoat fighters, we don't sugarcoat records, we're not boxing, we're not building people up. It's what you just said, Rampage. When you watch a UFC fight, you know you're getting the best fighting, the best matchmaking possible, and that's why they've been able to pierce the veil and really become like the most dominant.
Well, now thinking about it, he fought the champion his first time over here. Then now they give him number 11. They probably was like throwing him a bone.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Tim Elliott's got great jiu-jitsu. And this guy's jiu-jitsu is nowhere near where it needs to be in the top 10 in the UFC, right?
And it's not like they give him an unranked guy either. Maybe they want him to get in the rankings, but they still he's 15, so it's not like he fought someone too far off.
Well, dude, Asakura looked awesome, man. He came out with super powerful striking, came hard at him in the first round. To be honest, it really looked like he was going to put Tim to sleep. This first round, watching it, like his combos were crisp, his pressure was awesome. He was putting things together to where I thought when I was watching the fight, I was like, oh, no way Tim's going to last, you know? Like, but then this changed the entire fight, right? Threw a head kick, Tim caught it, took him down, and you see in the second round when Asakura comes out now, he's more gun shy. He's like, oh shit, I got taken down, I held down, I felt how strong he was. Like, his whole game plan changed. To where if he would have kept fighting like he was in the first round, I think he would have beat Tim. But, you know, Tim weathered the storm. He's got a real awkward style. Like, it's hard to pick up on. And then, you know, proved his dominance in the second round by taking him down. And he's got a gnarly guillotine. His guillotine's been really, really good.
Have you ever fought a Japanese guy?
Yes, I fought Tamura. Issei Tamura.
How strong do you think he was?
He felt strong.
He felt strong?
Yeah, he felt strong.
I'm not being like weird though, but I never thought a Japanese guy was strong.
Yeah.
So, you know, this guy getting held down. I think that's like, a lot of times they have really good striking, and they have really good wrestling, and
they usually got a
grappling.
good chin.
Good chin, but the strength part is not there. But you thought you're the guy.
I mean, he felt strong. Nothing like, it wasn't like he's the strongest guy I ever fought, but I also knocked him out in the first round. But, but he felt strong. He felt strong.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man,
He probably wasn't that strong.
I will say though, Tim's movement was crazy. Like maybe the craziest movement in an awkward technique I've ever seen, but it works to his advantage. Like throwing punches all crazy, dipping his head like the Irish fighter with his hands out there.
Unpredictable,
and stuff. Very unpredictable.
Yeah.
You know, then you got a guy like Asakura that's very structured, throws power. It's hard for him to deal with it. He had to try to find his head, but his head was always moving, you know?
You know what? The most Japanese guys I fought was smaller than me. I only fought like a couple of them that was bigger than me. But I tell you what, remember I did that pro wrestling for Josh Burnett?
Yeah. Bloodsport.
Bloodsport, and I had to go against that big Japanese guy.
Yeah.
He kicked me in the leg, and my leg was fucked up for like 6 months.
Really?
I didn't tell nobody. And when
Just like tenderized like that spot?
it was like something, he kicked me there, and whenever I lay on my side, on that leg, you know, you sleeping or something, I could feel it. And I've been kicked, and the hardest person to ever kick me in was Ricardo Arona, and I took like 3 or 4 of those, and it healed up in a couple days, and I forgot all about it. But
TJ, in the second round, when Kai Sakura throws like a wild hook, Tim Elliott takes kind of the advantage and hits him with a double leg, takes him down to the ground, like just like a super clean takedown.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the Jaxxon podcast Discord was asking, is Tim Elliott's takedown, is the way he wrestles, the way he approaches that, is it that good, or was Kai maybe a little inexperienced on defense when throwing and striking?
No, I think Tim's just a really good. Tim's a good wrestler. He's got good grappling. He's got good timing. He's a veteran. I do think Asakura needs to work on it. He definitely needs to work on his jiu-jitsu here as well too. Like, you know, he's not good good on the ground, and then he goes to guard. It's like, you're not going to do anything in guard. You better like start a scramble, get back to your feet, because that's the only place you're going to win the fight. So he definitely needs to work on some technique here. But again, welcome to the UFC. Something I would have liked to see Asakura do was use a lot more feints on his feet. Because Tim moving so crazy and dipping his head and getting all, like, if you would have given him some good feints, especially because he throws such good power, probably could have froze Tim up a little. It made him stop moving so crazy because every time Oscar would go to throw something, he'd dip his head. So now if I'm fainting and he dips his head, boom, I see it. That kick's open. Or now I know where he's going rather than just being there's a couple, I think there's 3 fights on this where I would have seen, I'm going to break them down every time, where I would have seen a lot more feints. And I feel like a lot of fighters don't use their feints the way they should because it's not scoring you points in the moment, right? And it takes a lot of energy. Using feints all the time, moving around, feinting and psyching a guy out and setting up traps takes a lot of energy, but it's not scoring you points while you're doing it. It's you're playing the long game. I'm doing all these feints to set a trap up so I can knock this guy out later. And a lot of fighters are afraid of either getting tired, they forget to do it. I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, there's a theme, especially to this card. There needs to be more feints going on to set your opponent up and always kind of out tricking them. Like that's why I like watching tape. It's like watching the way people fight because my feints are it's like reading a book.
Can you walk me down? Because Rampage, when you were boxing, I actually remember you doing this. You were letting people kind of hit you. You were kind of like not waking up, but maybe practicing your defense. But you were really good at timing. Like you were practicing timing with Coach Yogi, or he would like hit you on your right hand, then you would throw a left. Like just the drills you would do. What is something that a fighter, like if there was a kid watching this who's training and trying to get into the show, what is something they could do to practice or to work on this? Because you brought it up actually to Big Yuko that you can't just fake your feints all the time though, because then they stop biting.
Yeah.
So can you kind of break that down of what someone could do to try and practice this in the gym?
Yes. So you can't just over feint and not actually throw anything because then your feints don't mean shit. And now I'm not going to believe your feints, right? But then you also can just stomp forward and not throw any feints, and then you're too predictable. So there's got to be this fine line. You want to create your own style. I don't think you should fight like completely like one other person. You got to create your own style, and the more unique, the better, as long as you can get the technique around it. Like Venom Page is going to be the next fight. That's a perfect example. Like I can't fight like Venom Page, but his style is sick for him. And he does a really good job. And a guy like that, I wouldn't want to feint as much, okay? Because he's really good at controlling distance. If I feint on Venom Page, he's going to get out of the way every time, right? So he's the kind of guy where I want to pop shot, throw things without setups or counter fight him. But someone like Elliott, I needed to freeze him and slow him down. There's going to be a fight where Aaron Pico should have been doing some feints because he's just kind of stomping forward and being aggressive with 0 feints. Great technique, good boxing, looked amazing before he got caught. But the reason why he's getting caught is because he's just a target that comes straight in, right? I gotta make you guess what I'm doing, and he's just coming forward. You know what he's gonna do, and if you want to be a world champion, you got to keep people guessing.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest flaws that I got very predictable because I didn't care. I didn't care if I got punched or not. I just want to get in close.
Yeah,
but it lost me a lot of fights because people know I'm going to come in and they plan my right hand to take me down and then just nut hug my legs for the rest of the damn fight.
But a guy like you you're great at counter fighting in the pocket, right? So if Rampage Jaxxon, you know what I'm going to, people are going to know what you're going to do. They're going to try to counter you, and then you counter the counter, right? Because you wanted to be in that pocket. You say you didn't mind getting hit because you're going to look for that opening when it's there.
Yeah.
You're the kind of guy that can get away with that, right?
Yeah.
Asakura, he wasn't countering. He's being more of an offensive fighter. So it is going to depend on styles.
And I want to say Asakura, I'm surprised he tapped out because a lot of times Japanese people, they just go to sleep. They won't give up. Oh, yeah. I wonder what his mindset was for tapping out. Because normally, like in Japan, maybe because he was in America, but in Japan, I tap out. But in Japan, it's kind of looked down upon.
Have you tapped out before?
Yeah.
In a fight?
Yeah. Sakuraba and John Jones.
Okay.
But I'm not in the
that's right, the Jones fight.
Why didn't you go to sleep to
I don't let people put me to sleep.
Why?
I don't trust the referees. I don't trust people ain't gonna hit me afterwards. I just said I'll try to get out. If I can't get out, okay, I tap. But I'm surprised to see a Japanese fighter because it's like Bushido. You know what I'm saying?
The warrior spirit.
Yeah, you fight to the death.
Yeah.
One thing I want to talk about going into the Jared Cannonier fight and the Michael Venom Page. You talk about Michael Venom Page controlling distance. Jared Cannonier, we talked about this, me and you, Rampage, last time he was here. He's a big dude. He's able to cut weight and carry that.
Who?
Jared Cannonier, Killer Gorilla, remember? We had him on with Robert Emerson.
He gets big.
That was him?
That was him. Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, he gets big.
Yeah, he gets big. He's 41 years old, and he still looks phenomenal. But we talked about his weight going into this fight, right? And we talked about him and how he carries that weight. before we go into the fight and break it down, TJ, how important is it that these guys don't cut too much weight so that way they're not sluggish, overly kind of, I don't want to call it, saturated or water or bloated or whatever you want to call it, but the pace, right? How important is that? Because the Jaxxon podcast Discord, just to make it wrapped up, is they were wondering, are these guys are they cutting too much weight and then coming into the fight too sluggish?
I mean, they can be. It's also about like how much like weight you're putting back on and what kind of weight you're putting back on. Like when I'd fight 135s, I would naturally walk around from 152 to 155, right? 7 days before my fight, I would weigh 150. If I weighed 150, I knew I made the weight. So I'm practicing at the weight I plan on fighting in the cage. So I would weigh in on Friday morning, and when I walked into the cage, I'd weigh at least 152 pounds. And the reason why is because I did my whole training camp at 152 pounds. Maybe I walked around at 160, but once I started training, I was training at 52 to 55. And so I know that that's my ideal weight. So I need to make sure that I'm walking back into the cage at that weight class. To where if I would have got back up to like 60 or 65, you would think like, oh yeah, you're the bigger dude. But my body's not used to carrying around that extra weight. I'm going to get tired. I'm not going to be as fast. So I think what the most ideal situation is to train at the weight you plan on fighting in the cage.
Yeah, see, I fucked up on that a lot. Yeah.
Like, would you get too big?
Yeah, I would get too big. I get too big, and because a lot as my career got longer, my weight kept going up. Normally I fight at 205, then I'd be walking around like 215.
Yeah.
Then older I got 220, 225, 230, 245. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
And then
you also had this thing that you supposedly had a thyroid that they were fucking you up with.
But still, I just wasn't. I wasn't disciplined.
Yeah.
I still wasn't disciplined, but I should have been walking around like 220 at the most.
Yeah. I guess to answer your question, like the problem about blowing up too big, like the Patty Pimblett stuff on the off season, is that you get into training camp to lose your weight to get to your athletic weight when you should be walking around pretty close to your athletic weight just all year round. Yeah, I don't walk around 155, I walk around like low 60s, like 160 normally, but it was like instant within a week and a half, I would get back to 155 and be training my whole fight camp at 152, 155, right? So if you do blow up, now 70, 80, 90% of your fight camp's getting to your athletic weight. And then after you weigh in, it's like, fuck yeah, let's blow up. Yeah. It's like, that's not your most athletic way to do it. So it's a science, man. It's a true science behind it all.
How do you feel about taking the IVs after the people weigh in?
I think that, they're great for someone that's maybe had a hard weight cut and hopefully can rehydrate your brain faster. But to be honest, I think you'll rehydrate better if you do it all through the water you're drinking and the foods you're ingesting. Like you can get a better rehydration that way. But there are some emergencies where I think guys need it because they maybe cut weight wrong or they cut too much weight, and you want fluid back on your brain so you're not going to get fucked up in the fight.
I always wanted to try it, but I was always worried, like, you know what, there's going to be something foreign to me. I don't want to go into a fight tomorrow where like, So
you never IV'd ever?
No, I never.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've never done it. What I wanted to do is I wanted to cut weight one time and then spar, but then I'm like, fuck, I'm too lazy.
Too much weight. Yeah, too much effort.
Didn't they ban the IVs?
Yeah, you're not allowed to do IVs.
But you could do it in Japan though. But
yeah, and the reason why they do it is that they think you'll be able to mask drugs and things like that. To where if you flush your system so hard, it's harder for them to drug test you. That's why they banned it. Not because it's unhealthy, not because it's an advantage, but they think it's because you can hide PEDs.
Before we jump into this, does the amount of water that you flush out your system disguise the PED intake? Is that why?
With certain ones, like for weed. Like, being in like high school or college or whatever, you had to get like drug tested. They were testing for like street drugs. Like you can drink so much water that they won't be able to pick it up in your urine.
Yeah, this is like a couple of gallons, like 2 gallons.
Yeah, they just like peeing clear.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. So like when USADA pulls up to they pull up to my house once a week, right?
Yeah.
Like when they pull up to my house and I'm like, yo, wrong house. Armin lives next door.
Yeah.
And they're testing him. They're testing him for all the PEDs.
Yeah.
But if someone were to just drink a bunch of water, they wouldn't be able to.
No, that's not true. So they're doing a lot more advanced tests.
No, that's not true.
So they're doing blood as well as urine. Oh, and like, I'm talking like more like street drugs, like things like will get out of your system faster that are stored in your fat.
Or is that like if Rampage, all the Ozempic, he just drinks water? It's gonna.
Oh, okay. Hey, Bear, they don't need the drug test. All they gotta do is look at your eyeballs.
What's wrong with my eyeball?
I can tell you on a bunch of shit.
Oh my God.
Cause look, his pupils not white no more. Look
Why?
at
What
it.
are they color?
They turning yellow.
You mean not his pupils are the black part?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What the white
Bro,
part
I
called?
was up all night
what's the white
preparing for
part
this
called?
podcast.
What's the white part called?
That's called the
know.
yolk. That's
The
called
yolk?
the yolk.
The eye yolk? Eyeball yolk?
Yeah.
What's the white part of the eyeball called?
Sunny side up. It's called scrambled.
It's not. I know it's not the pupil. Not the TJ. What's
How Wayne gonna know? Wayne,
your eyeball? Your white eyeball is not white no more.
I'm right here. Why are you screaming at me?
No, 'cause-
seems like you on something. What are you on? Seems like you're getting a little aggressive about something.
What's it called?
I can't read it. I don't know.
Oh my god.
The white part of the eye is called
too small.
the scapula.
The scuba Steve.
The scapula.
Scuba Shams
The
fada.
scuba.
It's called the scleria.
The, the white stuff around your pupils not white.
That's
no
because
more.
he doesn't sleep.
Bro, can we
That's
just
not
move on
because
with this?
that's because
Okay.
you don't sleep.
No, you on.
Okay,
You on.
Robert
This
Emerson-
guy do not sleep.
You don't sleep. Huh?
No, it's bad. He's got the
We're
worst
gonna be working all night tonight.
worst sleep habits.
Why you make your face? Don't make that. You don't have to take that. We're grinding. He's got the hottest.
What?
You guys
Hey,
on
whoa,
grinding
whoa,
tonight?
whoa, whoa, whoa.
You guys on
Who said I'm
grinding
grinding?
what
No,
the
we
fuck?
grind every time you're here. He got the brand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You
Damn,
know
you call me out.
No, bro. You
TJ,
didn't see the
I learned
video. Our
something new
shirts
about
are
you
off.
every
We're in the
day.
gym all night. Yeah. TJ, tell him.
Who's the pitcher?
Yeah. No, I don't play baseball. Yeah. No, but hey, Robert Emerson, a good friend of the Jaxxon podcast. He's Jared Killer Gorilla's.
He the catcher.
100%.
Yeah, drink your water. Drink your water. You a sick puppy.
Yeah, no,
You're a sick puppy, dog. You are a sick puppy. All right, wait till you go live stream tonight. John Jones is gonna do a lot of TTS.
Oh, it's him. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. This is right. I forgot he was on my radar. I forgot it's him.
Yeah,
He be the one doing the tape.
That's why he's saying, of course it's John Jones.
Yeah.
No one would do that.
Motherfucker.
No one would use his name. on
John
your
Jones
live
just said, "Rampage, you're a pussy." And in the SpongeBob SquarePants voice, I must have spent $700 on his stupid thing all night. TTS till 3 a.m.
That's right. Hey, bro, since he found out about started doing TTS, my agent called me. He said, bro, you making like $5,000 just off fucking TTS.
Just on this guy.
I can say anything I wanted to say. Oh, my credit card just has 30 TTS bills. Like it just goes like
So you have
this
to
all
pay each time you say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And I
Oh,
I
what?
set
I
up to,
donate $300 every time I say
bro,
something.
I
But you
set up
have
to
to?
$500
No,
bucks. So
but-
I mean, I set up to $5 so people wouldn't do it. This motherfucker doing it, and I've been giving the money to charity.
Yeah.
Nice.
It says so many motherfuckers.
Nice. Get him to say more shit. Donates more money.
No, fuck that.
Oh,
I'm
you
turning
should've
shit.
heard
I'm turning the shit off. I'm turning it off. It ruins, bro. It ruins my mood. It ruins my vibe. I
You just
can't.
gotta
I-
know it's this guy.
No,
though.
I can't make my jokes. I like to be in a good mood to make my jokes, and they fucking bring up my fights. I lost John Jones and saying I eat ass and calling me a tranny and shit. It's fucking annoying.
Rampage Jaxxon, how is the sausage in the morning?
Oh, man.
All right, so look at Robert Emerson talked to us. He said Killer Gorilla is in, great mental state, great physical state. He said he's phenomenal in the gym, carrying his weight, looking good, better than ever at his age. He was obviously, 9th ranked fighter. Paige is coming into this fight. I don't know if they had him ranked going into the fight because for some reason every time they kept bringing up his name, there was no ranking near him. But I was under the impression that he was ranked. Let me pull it up real quick. But I guess now, okay, no. So now he is 15th in the welterweight division.
All right.
Michael Page. What do we think about Michael Page? TJ, break it off.
He's a hard guy to fight. I feel like it's a lose-lose going into this fight, man. It's either going to be a boring ass fight because he's going to run away from you and he's going to, or he's just going to make you look like a fool and make you miss. Like he's a hard guy to fight, right? At least for certain. Like there's definitely ways to beat him, and I got a ton of ideas of how you beat the guy. But he's very athletic and he's good at what he does. He's good at distance control. It's another perfect example of a structured striker versus, a crazy point fighting stance, right? So we just watched Tim Elliott fight, crazy stance. Now we're watching MVP fight, crazy stance. I think you take these fights differently in how you react to the guys, but it's the same kind of idea between the two fights.
And what do you think about the way, Jared Killer Gorilla Cannonier is holding up and continuing his career at this age and what he's doing?
It's awesome he's fighting at 41 years old. I'm jealous that I can't be fighting right now. But there's some openings I would have loved to seen him take advantage of. Like right here, for instance, like the game plan had to be to push MVP against the cage, but he does it and now he's not using it at all, right? Like he's letting MVP have both underhooks on him when the whole point of him getting in the cage is you getting an underhook, maybe grabbing that single leg so you can get to the body lock. and he's just kind of hanging out here. He's just happy to be here. Like, I mean, it's so hard to get him here, and then he's just hanging out rather than actually taking advantage of it, you know? Because that had to be the game plan. The game plan had to be push him against the cage, slow him down, get him to the ground. Because
were you surprised in this first round when they first did go against the cage how MVP was able to kind of like not hip toss him but throw him off of him of that nature, but still keep the distance on that?
Yeah, I wasn't so much impressed with MVP. I was a little bit disappointed in Jared.
Got it.
Like, I mean, look how big and strong Jared is, man. Like, there could have, like, there's definitely so many techniques. I love having someone against the cage. So many techniques he could have used that he was not using. You know, like, you can't, like, for instance, Bear, get against the wall.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to push you against the cage, I can't let you have underhooks on me. Because now, how am I going to control you at all? Like, you get to, it's like a steering wheel, man. You steer me wherever you want to go, right? You're going to elevate this underhook, come here. So if he's doing that on me, I got to get the underhook. Right now, look at my shoulder pressure. Even just shoulder pressure pushing you against the cage, right? So this is where I need to be. And now you pull him off, you grab the body lock and pull him off the wall. And he didn't do any of that. He just let him have the overhooks, which is not going to let him control the fight, which is pretty disappointing to see because I know that had to be the game plan.
Bear, how did you like when he pulled you off?
Well, here, come here for example.
No,
really, because you're bigger, so this is more of like MVP.
I ain't let you pull me off. Go ahead, man.
No, I just want to show the audience
watching
something
the
that I
fight.
learned.
I'm not.
Well, I just, TJ, one thing you taught Armin when we were at Santo Performance Studio is basically when you were showing Randy Brown this when Luke was there as well, the things you do here. And right here where Jared has him against the cage, you see that MVP's hand, you were showing a really good technique to Randy Brown. It was that technique where you have him here and then you were using me as a model and then you were able to kind of dip and come behind.
Yes.
And you keep seeing that arm go down on MVP. Obviously, I'm not as skilled as you in talking MMA specifics, but when that hand goes down, that was the technique when he could come around. You want to show that real quick?
So the problem is that he's on his underhook side. So if I'm going to go this way because of my shoulder, but his underhook side, if you can't see my legs, but I got if you have a right underhook, you want your left leg forward. He's got his left leg back. Because right now, I'm giving you an exit over here. You can completely scoot off the wall. You scoot out, now you're out of here, right? So if I got my underhook here, this is Daryl Christian 101. So if I got my underhook here, my shoulder pressure is really heavy. My body weight's over here. My front of my body's over here. Because now he can't circle this way because my head's here, my leg's over here. He can't circle this way because of my underhook, right? So now all I'm doing is pulling the hips off the cage, getting behind the body, and then again taking him for a ride, right? Even if I just want to hang out, back strip him, lift, whatever it may be, like that's a real easy way to get his back and control him against the cage. But instead, he was letting MVP have double underhooks, and he was over the top. And even here, so he's got a left underhook, and his right leg is back. It should be the opposite way.
Yeah, and TJ, I was really impressed when you were training with Armin and Randy Brown and Luke. You were showing that how that foot can also dictate the guy you're fighting. It kind of sets them in a trap because they think they should be kind of going out that way. You're already going to meet them that way, and then you could take the back. So obviously, like you said, it could be in fatigue, could have been tired, could have been just he was caught in the moment. But there was something there that we could see. Maybe it wasn't prime killer gorilla nature against the cage.
I don't think that's his forte. It's not like that's what he does, right? But if you're going to fight MVP, it better be what you're going to do. You better train that for 10 weeks. You better train, get good on the cage. You work some Greco-Roman wrestling because you're fighting a guy that's his weakness. And if that's his weakness, make it your strength, you know?
Well, you think his camp missed that? They probably missed it. That's MVP's weakness.
I mean, that's pretty crazy if you missed that. That's MVP's weakness. I mean, that's like, it's pretty easy to define. And if that's the case, then I mean, I don't want to talk shit on the coaches and stuff. You better find somewhere else to train.
Yeah, but you know how it is in MMA. What you got? You got a wrestling coach, a jiu-jitsu coach, a boxing coach, and a kickboxing coach. And it's 4 egos. Yeah. And the wrestling coach, most of the time, they don't get along with the jiu-jitsu coach. And same with boxing, right? Yeah. So it's like, I see that happening all the time. Like, man, that's a fucked up game plan. And
well, that pisses me off to even hear that, and I know it's true. You're saying that, but guess what? I'm the CEO of TJ Dillashaw. If my wrestling coach don't get along with my striking coach, he's fucking fired. Like, I don't need to listen to what he says. He's got to listen to me, right? It's my fight camp. This is my career, and you got to be the boss of your career, you know? And sometimes you just got to fall into these coaches that you think that they're your boss, and it's not the way. Like, you're paying them, you know? So if they don't get along, then get the fuck out. Who do you get along? Who do you mesh with the mess? And then find the next guy in line, you know?
Wow, 100.
Yeah.
CEO of TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah.
And I know you mean that respectfully, saying that as a fighter, you're in charge of your life, your career, and you got to do what's best. That's an amazing way to put it.
100%.
What about the way the MVP was playing basketball in the middle of first round and he was doing a kind of a double dribble? What do we think about that? Too much showmanship?
No, honestly, you getting that when you watch him fight, right? And it's not a whole lot going on if you really pay attention to the fight. It's not a lot of punches being thrown. It's not a lot going on. So he kind of need that.
I was just gonna say that he needs to be entertaining. He has to do this showboat and stuff because he's not throwing combos. He's not knocking you out. Like I said, it's a lose-lose situation to fight the guy for the most part. Like his fights, to be honest, for me are a little boring. I do like some of the things he does. He's a very, very good athlete, and he's good at what he does. Like right there, I loved his juke steps. That was something that me and Dwayne used to do all the time, these little juke steps if we're hitting a sprint cross. But for the most part, he has to showboat because otherwise it's just so boring.
Yeah. I've always liked him because I think it's entertaining and stuff like that. But if I was the guy in the cage fighting him, bro, it would piss me off so much. Bro, that would
just because he's messing with your head?
Yeah, not just because he's showboating and stuff like that. Yeah. If I was
That's
the guy,
what he wants, though.
I know.
He wants you to fight aggressive.
Yeah.
So the way you need to fight MVP, it's hard to do it, but you gotta counter him, right? It's hard because the way he moves, he wants you to come at him. He wants to move and flash around and hit you with stuff and outpoint you, but you got to counter him. You got to get better at that. And I think he's a guy where you got to kick his leg, but you can't feint or set it up. Like I can't throw punches before I kick his legs because he's gone, right? Like you just got to be in a stance and just kick the kick. Just as, like, probably, what's his name in Bellator, kicked his leg up underneath him. Yes. Lima just kicked his calf. Bam! He does do his homework.
You are on fire.
No, I remember that fight.
Yeah.
I know, but you doing something different. Your mind's locked in. You on nootropics?
No, you know what I started?
Nootropics?
No.
What is it?
No.
Nootropics.
No. Guess what I'm on now? Creatine. It helps you.
Oh, dude, that's
It's
great.
I knew you were on something.
Creatine.
Cheers. No, that's good.
I
Cheers
got
to
no-
you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Creatine helps you with your mind, with
Big
your brain
time.
fog.
Look at
man.
you. You're so
Big
sharp.
Yeah.
Your beard sharp.
No,
you're sharp.
wait. Well, you said I was stupid before, nigga? What the fuck?
No, but you were tuned out. You didn't
What
even
the-
know. One time you asked if we were watching boxing or MMA.
Shut the fuck
You
up,
did.
man. I ain't
You
never
did.
said
Yes,
no
you
shit
did.
like that. I just don't watch MMA that much.
We were talking about Tabitha's fight, and then you saw a video
shut-
of Caleb, and you go, "Oh, we watching a boxing
Man,
fight?"
shut the fuck up.
That was crazy.
No, this podcast got
Yeah.
me back watching MMA. So, but I remember that fight because that was the first time I ever seen him get knocked out.
Yeah.
Right here's the clinch work that you were talking about, TJ. Is this the same thing? Just
Yeah.
repetitive?
Yeah, see how he's letting MVP get the underhook on that side.
Yep.
Right? The side that I have the underhook on, I need to be on the other side of the body and have that other foot forward, right? He's just giving him the exit. Like if you do that to me, I'm just gonna circle over your head and get out every time. Right? So he really dropped the ball on that. Especially because you see later in the fight when he does get him to the ground, how easy it was for him to hold him there. If he could have done that in the earlier rounds, he could have won this fight. But he let MVP dictate where the fight was going to take place. And when he did get him into the cage, he didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, if I fought MVP, the whole fight would be a wrestling match.
Yeah.
You just shoot it on him?
I would just
Hamzat style?
I turned to a wrestling match. But the thing is about him, what I was thinking, I'm not as knowledgeable as TJ. I'm gonna keep it 100 because I never studied this shit like that. But I wouldn't chase him.
No, you can't.
No, I wouldn't chase him. But when I got close to him, it'd be a wrestling match.
Wait, but that's such a good comment though, because I saw a lot of people saying, "Why isn't Killer Gorilla going after him?" And you just said, "Well, I wouldn't chase him." Explain what that means though to the audience.
I would cut him off. I wouldn't fight. I was really good at cutting off the cage. A lot of people don't give me credit about that. They don't know. I'd never like back people. I would always cut off the cage. I was always getting angles and until I get close to people because I like to get close, but I don't like to just walk up to them because people get scared. I feel like a lot of MMA fighters, I feel like they fight like cowards. I think they scared. I just want to go rock 'em, sock 'em, robot. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But so I figure I got to cut him off. So that's what I would do to his ass because he's bouncing around doing that taekwondo. That's a taekwondo style 1-on-1. You can see it right there.
He wants to make you look like a fool by throwing punches and missing.
Yeah.
And then it makes you mad. Then you do it more. And then you do it more. And it's like you gotta like take advantage of him jumping in on his shots. And I really think, to be honest, like the way he stands, especially too, is throwing calf kicks just to throw them. Don't set him up. Just like because he's doing this bounce all the time. He's always like this. He's bouncing, right? And so you can time that bounce. And I can kick from this far away. Striking or punching got to be here, right? And if I throw any punches first, he's going to do this. He's going to get out of the way. He's going to slip. He's going to get out of the way. So don't even throw a punch. Just time is time, and then boom. And it's like that 3/4 Alex Pereira kick. So it's like just a 3/4 kick to kick his calf. He's got skinny little legs too. That would mess him up.
But Don't get me wrong. I think MVP is good for the sport. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of his. I like his fighting style. I'm just saying, if I was his opponent, I'd be mad as fuck. And if he kicked my ass, I had to see him outside. I'll see if I can kick his ass outside the cage. Like, soon we go down the stairs. Let's run it back right now.
I mean, dude, you're right. He's great.
Yeah,
he's a very good fighter. He's very talented. What he does is amazing. He's a great athlete.
Yeah.
Will he be a champion? I think he's got a lot to gain to do that.
Who's champion his weight class?
What weight class?
You have
is it?
JDM. Jack.
What weight class is it?
Welterweight.
Welterweight. Yeah.
Is that 170?
Welterweight.
That's 170. Why you just don't say 177? Who's this welter?
Welterweight is.
Who the fuck is welter?
Well,
why do I care about his weight?
No, this was middleweight.
This is middleweight.
No.
Wait,
Answer my question. Who the fuck is welter, and why do the fuck I care about his weight?
How bad is this? We're doing an MMA podcast, and we don't even know the weight and the champions.
No, wait. This was 185, but this is the problem. Michael Venom Page was he on the? No, he wasn't on the welterweight rankings, was he?
I don't like the names. I don't like the names for the.
No,
the weight
he
class.
was. This is what everybody was talking about. The ranking system had him on UFC.com, has him as 15 in the welterweight division, but then in the middleweight division they had Jared Cannonier as number 9. But they fought this fight as a middleweight fight, this is 185.
Oh, middleweight is 185.
Yeah, it's Hamzat Chimaev's weight class. But
Oh God!
Do you get what I'm saying?
Just destroy him.
Well, yeah, how's this guy going to survive against
Chimaev? Would just like that's
Not a
what I mean.
chance.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And Michael Venom Page is a phenomenal
Yeah.
fighter, and I get that point style karate. I get what he brings to the sport, but like what TJ said, a good fighter and a good team is going to see those opportunities.
Oh yeah,
and they're going to expose those.
Jared is a good fighter, and
Yeah.
he is on a good team. They just dropped the ball.
Bro, I would pay big money to see how MVP defends against Hamzat Chimaev.
About as good as DDP did.
We'll get to that.
But I think that
I think he might even be better than DDP I did because his distance and how much.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, because his distance.
Yeah.
That's how he
But
bounces.
dude, Chimaev closes the distance so fast, dude. Like on his shots, he closes distance so fast.
Hey, but I don't want to talk. I don't want to say anything negative about Bear's best friend, but bro, he says he leaves himself open for that knee. Though.
Hey, we'll get there. I got something for you about that knee, huh?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
his chain wrestling is just crazy, bro. Even if you do throw that knee, he's just right onto the next thing.
You're a world champion. That's like me telling you, hey, Rampage, you have way too much defense. And you're like, yeah, but I got that cover and roll and it's coming right at you. If you want to set someone up.
If DDP had a little bit more power, he would have done it though.
Oh, you crazy.
Because he landed one.
You crazy.
He landed one on
and
Chimaev.
it didn't do nothing to him.
Right, he ain't had that much power.
Chimaev's made out of Chechnyan
This
rock.
guy right here, MVP, cracked the dude's skull and ended his career.
Yeah.
Cyborg.
Yeah.
Ended his
Hamzat
career.
Chimaev beat Gilbert Burns, Robert Whitaker. Like,
I'm
think
not
about the lineup.
disputing that. I'm saying
He did break that dude's face.
He broke his face. He can generate power from stuff like he can time it. This kid got good timing. Am I right, TJ?
You're right, but homeboy ain't ever catching Chimaev in that.
Let me ask you a question, TJ. Am I right that there's not a chance that Michael Venom Page can bounce around karate style with Hamzat Chimaev in the cage? Not a chance. You ain't running away from him in that thing right there.
Not a chance.
Thank you. It's 50-50. I'll meet you in the middle on this one.
Listen, I'm not saying. I'm just saying this kid can't create power with his knees.
Yeah.
And we
he's
agree
got
with
power,
you.
yeah.
But you was watching the fight at Dave & Buster's and he got you feeling all types
But
of silly.
Cyborg don't close the distance like Chimaev does.
Thank you.
You know, and he's not as strong as Chimaev is. Like he's a little bit easier timed because he's just like stalking forward, right? Rather than Chimaev's like, dude, he'll shoot a takedown from here to the end of the wall and get it. He's like crazy fast with
Did
it.
Chimaev take a knee this weekend or not?
We're going to get
He
there.
did, yeah.
It's coming.
He took a knee.
That's
We're
all
going to
I'm
get
saying.
there.
That's all I'm saying.
I got something for that knee.
Okay.
All right, so one thing I want to talk about before we go in the Jeff Neal fight, what is next for Jared Cannonier? TJ, what do you think Killer Gorilla's got to do next?
I don't know. What was his last fights before that? I mean, what's his record right now? We pull up his record.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't
Yeah.
think we should judge Killer Gorilla based off his performance against MVP. Like we said, MVP is just a tough opponent
Beat
for
RoboCop.
anybody. I think.
Okay, yeah, that's right. He beat RoboCop. That was a good fight.
And then he lost to Barallo.
I think.
Title.
What I think is, he should get another exciting opponent.
Yeah.
And just run it back. Like this is just it's MVP. It's like,
Yeah. Oh, of course. It's a lose-lose fight.
Yeah.
Man.
So I don't think we have no right to say like, oh, what's next for Killer Gorilla after that?
Of course.
No, I'm just asking. What do you think what do you think he should do next?
Yeah, what you think? He should fight again, nigga. What the fuck? Do another fucking training.
I
camp.
love that.
I mean, he is 41 years old.
No, but Rampage. Rampage. Let me rephrase this so that way it's not always funny because you actually have good insight. At his age, should he be taking more time off? Should he be more picky with his fights, or should he be racking up as much money as he can? What should he do?
No more time off because time is not on his side. Like right now, that nigga fighting Father Time.
Yeah,
and Father Time's undefeated. I fought that motherfucker too.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I'm sitting here with your ass talking about fighting. I'm not out there.
Hell yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
And so
You're funny.
You know, he didn't get hurt. He didn't get hurt in that fight. Run it back. But I think he should probably choose older opponents, people like close to his age.
Do you think he gets to choose his opponents, or you think Dana White and UFC is going to keep feeding him?
Well, I think from what I'm hearing from talking to people, I think a lot of fighters now are choosing their opponents and stuff. It wasn't like that back in my day.
Well, if you hype it up, I think the right way you build it
You
up
have
for
to
UFC.
be someone to be able to pick your fights. Not everyone gets to pick their fights.
He's a nobody?
No, I think he's in
Stop.
6 main events in a row, bro. He's definitely somebody.
Did you just call the Killer Gorilla?
No, he did not.
You insinuated. You're like, oh, you have to
TJ
be
Dillashaw did
someone.
not say that.
No.
You gotta
I heard
stop.
no.
He's saying that you gotta be someone in a certain level of ranking, and then when you start the chaos, the UFC builds into the chaos you
Is
started.
TJ not the motherfucker that's be just saying whatever the fuck he want to say about
TJ
fight?
is the
Don't
most
give a fuck.
educated fighter
No.
that I've ever talked to.
TJ is the motherfucker like fuck
You
your
are not
feelings.
putting that evil on this podcast again. You did this
I
last time, Anthony Smith. You did this last time, Ian Gary. You did this last time, Kevin Holland, Bryce Mitchell. You did it 4 times.
Mitchell,
You did it
that's
4
you.
times. No. Stop exploding and let me have my platform. You being judgmental again, right? You being judgmental. We all going to talk about Jesus however we
There's
want.
very
We gonna move
few
on.
that get to have the choice of who they're going to fight all the time, right? There's very few athletes.
Yeah, you
in
say
UFC.
that because you kind of insinuated that.
You did insinuate a little
No,
bit.
I
He did.
No,
You gotta be somebody to be somebody.
For me when he insinuated this shit,
you
yeah.
gotta be somebody
Yeah.
to be somebody. You did start a little something.
Thank you.
Look,
That's all I'm saying.
I never got to choose my fights.
I never got.
Never.
I never.
You know,
either.
so I'm not the person that got to do that either. I wasn't a guy that would promote myself enough. You know, I wasn't very colorful. I didn't like.
You gotta be somebody to be.
Yeah, you got to be like one of these guys that's going to bring the sell pay-per-view.
Hands of Steel versus Carlos, the Smoker Prates. Jeff Neal, Hands of Steel. We had him on the podcast. Nice guy.
I like
him. Very humble.
Jeff Neal.
I think
like
one thing about Jeff Neal that I really love about him, he's just very humble. And you know, he's a killer. I love his story, working as a bar back and making drinks and making money and still being excited to fight. He was 11th in the ranking. Yeah. Carlos Prates is a smoker. He's a gangster. He's from the Fighting Nerds. Yeah. Kyle wants to bring him on the podcast next month. So Rampage, let's make sure we keep the derogatory talk to a minimum so we keep our guests.
What? I like the Fighting Nerds, but I like Jeff Neal when he came in because I liked him because he was black.
Oh, Jesus. Well, Carlos Prates is one of our Brazilian friends. And I love everything about the way he fights, his style. I love everything he did after the fight. But let's go right to the action of this one. TJ, what'd you think?
Jeff Neal had great technique. He was coming forward well. His boxing's really crisp. But again, I'm going to go back to it. Watch this main card, man, and how many fighters do not use their feints. This guy, like Jeff Neal, could have set his punches up so much better to where Prates was able to circle, hit some counter shots, because Neal would just walk forward. He wouldn't like feint, level change, like move your hands around a little bit. He was just like real structured. He would throw clean technique and great combos, but you're not surprising your opponent. If you want to knock your opponent out, you got to surprise him. You got him with something he's not expecting to come. And unfortunately, he did not do that. And I think that's what won Prates the fight, was that he was able to keep his range, stay long, circle, land some big shots. And then obviously that spinning elbow at the last second to finish the fight was sick.
Yeah, but you know what? That can I talk about the spinning elbow now?
Yeah, go ahead,
bro. It didn't knock him out. It hurt him.
Yeah,
bro. I feel bad for him. That wasn't a knockout. Like that spinning, he was conscious the whole time. He was coherent.
Yeah.
But that elbow, like your elbow and your knee and your ankle. What's your ankle bone called?
On the side of your ankle?
No, the back of your heel.
Oh, your heel.
Oh yeah. Those are your God-given like hardest weapons, right?
Yeah.
Man, that elbow, it hurt him. I feel bad, man. That could be career ending where he hit him.
Yeah.
And I feel bad.
I mean, he wasn't knocked out, but he definitely wasn't complaining about the stoppage.
No.
You know?
He just laid there because it hurt. He felt because you know how your adrenaline works, right?
Yeah.
When you out there, you don't really feel that.
Yeah.
So it must have been that hard that he like felt it right immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, break this down to me, TJ. Carlos Prates' style, you know, being a 12th ranked fighter, what he's doing in the division, right? Obviously, we see the division's very stacked in the welterweight division. You have Ian Gary at 6, Usman at 5, Leon Edwards at 4, Shavkat at 3, Sean Brady at 2, Bilal at 1, and then JDM's the champ. Do you think Carlos Prates has what it takes now to become a champion? Did he show that in this fight? Or, you know, I remember the last couple fights that we watched of him, you talked very highly of him, but you said there are a lot of holes in the game. You think that got to get tightened up?
I don't know what his grappling looks like. I got to, like, if I to dictate if he's going to be able to make a run to the top, I need to watch more of his fights back to back and be like, all right, this guy's got what it takes. I don't know what his ground game looks like. I know he's a striker, right? And to be a champion, you're going to have to put everything together. And I don't know if he has that. I know he's a really decorated kickboxer, a Muay Thai fighter, and his skills are awesome on his feet. Great timing, deadly weapons. I love his movement. He's got great style. But if I had to choose, there's going to be ways to beat him on the ground, most likely. I'd have to watch all of his fights back to back, so I can't give a very educated guess, but I would say there's probably some work that needs to be done.
Bro, I just noticed it. I see while Prates, you know, look how relaxed he is in there.
Yeah.
Look how he's doing everything. But Jeff Neal, he wasn't looking bad. He was looking good. But look,
He looks good, yeah.
Look at Prates' body style. He's built like a grasshopper.
Yeah.
Look how he look.
Just watch Neal come forward, right? He didn't throw one feint before any of these punches. Watch again. He's going to come forward. Ready? No feinting. Just boom, throwing. Yeah. Just throwing.
But he wasn't doing bad, though.
No, but he wasn't winning.
No, Prates was on a retreat and stuff for a minute.
But he's landing the bigger shots. Even though you're on the retreat, he had to be because Neal was coming forward. But look at the big knees, the right hooks. Like, Prates was landing all the bigger shots. Yes, Neal landed and he's got good technique, but he's too, like, you know what he's going to do. His technique's so good, but he doesn't mix it up enough.
Prates, he looks like he's like long and tall for that weight class.
Yeah, it does look like it.
What about Prates with the way he moves around? Do you feel like he is able to mix up enough of his weapons and utilize enough of the tools he probably has training with the nerds to beat someone like Leon Edwards or Shavkat?
Leon Edwards, yeah, I think he'd do a good job against Leon Edwards. I think it's a great fight for him. Shavkat's a striker, but also has some. He doesn't have. Shavkat's the guy with the one eye, right?
No, Shavkat is undefeated.
Oh yeah, no, Shavkat would beat him.
Yeah,
Shavkat would beat him. But I think Leon Edwards would be a great fight. I'd love to see that.
What weight class is Shavkat?
It's welterweight, same division, and he's 18 or he's 19-0 now.
Yeah,
he's undefeated in the welterweight. He's ranked number 3.
Yeah.
And then you got Sean Brady above him, Bilal, and JDM.
Sean Brady would be a problem for him, too.
Why is that?
Sean Brady's got good grappling and wrestling, and he's big, and I think Sean Brady would beat him.
Sean Brady's on a tear right now.
Yeah,
bro,
Sean Brady's good.
Bro, look, watch that elbow really close. Look, show it one more time. Look how he just, look how he did it, and then look how he fell. Look, he's not knocked out. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at it. Like he's setting up, he knew he was going to do it. Look, they go on, and he's thinking about it. Boom, I'm going to do the elbow. Then he just fall for it. He just walked off. He knew it. But that elbow really had to hurt. That could be a career ender if he really like hurt him. He hit him right above the ear, this area right here.
In temple? Close to
a
it?
little bit close to the temple.
So who's ranked above Prates right now?
Well, Prates is number 12 on the ranking.
Okay.
Jeff Neal was above him.
Jeff Neal
was 11. That's who he just beat.
Okay.
And then above that, you had Gilbert Burns, Kobe Covington, Joaquin Buckley, Michael Morales, Ian Machado Gary, and Kamaru Usman. We just sat down with Michael Morales yesterday.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I like him to see maybe fight Gary. Ian Gary would be a good fight.
Fought. Ian Gary and Carlos Prates already fought.
So Ian Gary beat him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a tough weight class above him, man. I think he's got some things he's doing a great thing for himself. He's really promotable. Smoking darts all the time.
Did you see the after press conference? He's smoking and drinking, and Dana White walks in and he goes, "Who is smoking in here?" And Carlos Prates is just smoking and nonstop.
Those take balls of smoke up there in the fucking press room.
Yeah, I mean that's his thing now, though.
I know this thing, but I used to fuck around with cigarettes like before the fights, but I wouldn't light them.
Yeah.
That's Real talk though, that's disrespectful for the other fighters because you know how that shit is.
I hate
I'm not
it.
mad. I'm not.
How
offended.
crazy is it that people used to be able to smoke in restaurants?
Yeah, on airplanes.
That's crazy.
It's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah.
nuts.
You remember the smoking section, and it's right next to each
Yeah, it's
other.
like there's no walls. You know, it's
a
like
different room.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
What do we think about the fighting nerds? Kyle, Ian,
They're
Gary,
on a tear,
Rufy,
man.
John Silva.
They're on a fucking tear. They're doing amazing.
Crazy squad.
Yeah, I had this in my notes. Yeah, the fighting nerds continue their dominance. I'd like to see a Prates fight MVP as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You want to see who fight MVP?
Prates.
But MVP
That's
moved
not,
up.
That's not the same weight class.
Yeah.
He moved up.
That's not the same weight
No,
class.
MVP's in middleweight now. He moved up. That's what I'm saying before the podcast. The questions that were in the Jaxxon podcast Discord are confusing because some of the Discord I don't think realize it. I think they're just fans that went on the rankings and looked.
They
Gotcha.
don't realize the MVP moved up.
I don't think so.
I thought MVP looked bigger.
So tell them, Barrett, tell them MVP moved up.
We just did. We did 5 minutes of it. Thank you, Rampage.
You're
Man,
welcome.
you were like on point today. You're sharp. You're attentive. You're like locked in.
Yeah.
You're either getting laid again or you're on something that I want to know what it is.
Shut the fuck up, man. Listen,
He's on creatine.
It's creatine.
No, he on the blue pills or something. A lot more than crazy.
Hey, I would never tell Barrett anything about any girl I'm seeing, my sex life, anything, because every relationship I've had since I started this podcast,
Brother,
he's
you
cock
don't
blocked
need
me
to.
and
You
ruined
live
it.
stream it when you're with the
Ruined
girl.
it.
He took this girl to Del Taco. He said, I'm taking you to the finest Mexican establishment in Southern California. I was like, you crazy, dog.
Hell yeah.
He got her a chalupa and then called her a gordita. I said, that's the craziest thing I ever seen in my life.
That's great.
All right, two guys, Leon Murphy and Aaron Pico. TJ, you have a lot of history with Aaron Pico over there at Sam Calvito at the gym. He's a 28-year-old PFL Bellator, or Bellator, I should say.
Bellator, yeah.
But, it's one organization now. But he's a Bellator kind of star.
Yeah.
He came over here with Michael Venom Page. He came over here with Patchy Mix. He came over here with, the Pitbull brothers. And we're seeing the Bellator numbers not look so favorable in terms of the UFC debuts. But
Well,
talk to me
Bellator's
about,
dead. What you talking about?
well, a lot of them are coming over here.
Well, it's dead. It's already dead.
Yeah, I know, but they're all Bellator
They're all
fighters.
Bellator
It's
guys.
like,
Because Bellator is dead.
Yeah, but PFL
well,
is
because they go to
still around.
PFL. PFL absorbed them.
Yeah.
But no, it's dead.
Okay. Well, we see that. TJ, break down Aaron Pico, what you think about him as a fighter. You have a lot of history, and then talk to me about this.
Man, the first time I ever trained with Aaron Pico was when I moved back down here, started training with Sam Calvito, and from day one, I was like, this kid could be a champion. He is so good, man, because he's a insanely good wrestler, and his boxing is just awesome. He drops bombs. He's got an awesome liver shot. Like, he looked really good in this fight, right? But again, I'm going to go back to my theme. What's my theme right now?
Feints.
Thank you. See, this motherfucker's on it.
Yeah,
I don't know
Dude,
what is into him.
I told y'all creatine.
Yeah, dude.
It works.
Right now, like, so Pico was putting things together. His technique was great. His pressure was awesome, but he's just moving forward without any feints. He's not making Murphy guess on what he's throwing. And, Pico has not been knocked out a few times, and he gets caught with another back-to-back spinning elbow. He, walks right into it. Rather than set it up.
Fuck that. No, fuck that.
What?
Y'all niggas really thought I was stupid before.
No.
No, you just never cared.
No, you just keep commenting that shit.
No, you never cared before. And now
I've never, dude,
fighter.
someone that's funny and says the shit you say is not dumb.
Yeah.
You just don't pay attention sometimes.
Yeah.
You just you're on it right now. Like, you're paying
I
attention.
play dumb so then you could laugh at me. We get that. But sometimes you just don't care and you're like texting girls on Grindr or guys,
What
whatever.
the fuck? I
Like
don't even-
sometimes,
bro, I don't even
whatever
know
it
what
is you
Grindr
do,
is.
sometimes you do, you know? You're like, oh, I'm working on Discord. Next thing I know, he's talking to Murphy. Who's
All right,
Murphy?
let TJ
right,
keep
continue.
Just like, well, and also another thing is, like, Aaron Pico is by far the hardest working athlete I've ever worked out with. Like, I work hard. This guy, it's insane. Like, how hard he works with Sam Calvito in the gym. Like, he puts everything into this thing. So I'm very sad for him because he's a very talented guy. He's been knocked out a few times now, which is, worrisome, pretty heavily knockouts. There's just some small things he could do to a little bit better. Like, he's so tense when he's fighting. He's got like this tunnel vision that he's looking for knockouts constantly. He's
Pico?
like, yeah, he's always just wanting to knock you out. And he's like, he's very like tight and tense. And you're not your best when you're that tight.
Yeah.
Like, once I learned to enjoy, like, I used to have tunnel vision when I first started fighting, and I wasn't as good until I learned It really was like through halfway through my career when I really learned it. I learned it from when I was fighting Mike Easton, like to learn to enjoy the nerves, and I really relaxed out there, enjoyed my walkout, really like understand that like this was part of the game and I enjoyed it. That's when I started getting good. That's when I let loose, and I was like loose and having fun and moving around and you know, the feint. That's when I skyrocketed. My career took off. Before that, I was like this. I was like, get out there, get the fucking guy. Tunnel vision. It's like you're too tense. You're gonna get caught, and he's just not thinking about feints. He's just going. You know, and he almost got caught with a knee first, and now he's gonna get caught with that spinning back elbow right here.
Yeah. You know, when you looking for the knockout and stuff all the time, it don't come as fast.
Exactly. Yeah.
TJ, why is it so important not to be tense? Because a lot of people think you need that like tense to generate the power. You need that like clenching to generate the power. You always talk about being more rubber bandish.
Yeah.
Why do you think why do you think he's like that? If he's so smart, he's so oh my God. Before we go about that, because you talk so highly of him, why? Well,
it's just his mentality, like the same way. No, I mean I don't know. The same way he works out in Sam's garage, he's very competitive. He works very, very hard. He wants it so bad. That's that same energy he's carrying into the cage. And I know, like, I want it really bad. I want to win. I'm very competitive, and I had to teach myself too to like relax, like, you know, smooth his power. You know, like Conor McGregor, right? Like that guy was smooth when he's on top of the world, out of distance, bam. It wasn't like he was like a powerhouse human being. He was like pinpoint with his accuracy, and he was smooth and would hit you at the right times, right? So I think it's very important to be more relaxed in your fights to an extent, right? Not like too relaxed, but everyone's a little bit different. But you definitely can't be too tense. It's going to slow you down. The more like flexed up and tense you are, the slower your punches are. And Aaron Pico has everything there is to be a champion. It's just some small tweaks and changes that he can make. I hope he bounces back from this great because I love the guy. He's an amazing human being. He works his ass off. He's very talented. Total bummer to see this happen.
Hey, I've been knowing Aaron Pico for a while. He was training over there with AJ McKee, Antonio McKee.
Yeah.
Man, he's a great kid, great fighter and stuff like that. But bro, he's been knocked out like this a couple times.
I think like 3, right? Like pretty heavy knockouts.
And that's not good. This one right here was a really bad knockout.
Yeah, I know.
So you know, I would say like, you know, just
fuck. He's only 28 years old too.
I know. Like just think about. You know what I'm saying, your future now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just think about your future. It's just unlucky. He was winning a fight. But this is MMA. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was a really bad knockout.
It was, man.
One thing I want to talk about with these spinning elbows, there's a really viral clip going around where Prates and Jeff Neal were on the cage, similar to kind of this spinning elbow we just see with Aaron Pico. And I believe Prates, I got to look, but I think Prates, Wayne, you want to pull it up? Prates says something to the extent of like, oh, you're going to wrestle me. And then Jeff Neal backs off him, and that's when Prates throws the spinning elbow. You talked about like you would hate to fight someone who's talking to you the whole time. And you talked about how that's exactly what you want them to do. It's kind of get emotional and get in their head. Mm-hmm. Do we feel like, because this spinning elbow happened like 2 fights back to back, do we feel like it's a technique? Is it just random occurrence? Is it maybe they saw it and then they try to do it?
Yeah, it could be monkey see, monkey do kind of thing, right? Yeah. You see someone do it and you do it, or coincidence.
It's only happened a handful of times in the UFC.
Well, because the techniques were like, even though it was the same technique, they were done in different situations. Like Prates was coming forward and hit it. This time it was a counter. Pico was like pressuring so much he caught him coming in.
I believe it, Wayne, it was like 17 or 18 seconds left in the round with Prates and Jeff Neal. And I just want to see if Rampage or TJ picked that up, because this clip's going viral and everybody keeps saying, what would you do? It was Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. And it's funny because we keep talking about people and we keep talking about what they would do during the fight if they were talking to them.
Yeah, getting emotional.
Like, and kind of like maybe overstepping.
Yeah.
The exact time, Wayne, it's like 17 or 18 seconds left in the round where Carlos Prates and Jeff Neal are going at it.
And they talking.
And you could see it. Yeah, I've been trying to find the clip this whole time, but I can't find the clip. So just got to pull it up.
It looked like Hamzat was talking to DDP in the fight too.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully they do a little translation for us, because I believe I was doing a little Chechnyan, hooked on phonics, and it basically was saying, you're not as strong as me, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely wasn't.
Do you think the UFC should put microphones inside there?
Yes.
They got great,
like a hanging one or something.
Yes, like the NFL.
That'd be cool.
So you can hear.
Yeah, and then you can hearing the landing of the punches and stuff too. That'd be sick.
Yeah. So it's right here. So we'll pull up the Carlos Prates site, and then also to Rampage. You talk about getting knocked out and you're young and having a few big of these knockouts. While we pull up the clip, How important is it for recovery, TJ, after these knockouts? Can you talk to me about what a fighter could do after that?
Yeah, luckily, Aaron Pico works with Sam Calvito, so they're going to take very good care of him. We put him in a hyperbaric chamber, which is like one of the only things across the blood-brain barrier and really gets inflammation out of the brain. He will take time off. He will not sweat. They're also going to do, I guarantee they'll probably do the wavy brain scan, the WAVI brain scan it is. So they put this like electrodes all over your head and they do a test to see how your brain is reacting to certain wavelengths and things. And it'll show you like you're concussed and where you were concussed at. It'll show a dark spot on your brain. And I know Sam Calvito will make sure that Aaron Pico is 100% healthy before he comes back. Because if he wasn't, that's when you're going to get these issues of possible CTE and second concussion syndrome. So he's going to do the right things. He's going to be on heavy omega-3s. He's going to sit in the hyperbaric chamber. He's not going to sweat. And he's going to do that wavy brain scan to make sure he's healthy before he ever even starts working out again. I can promise you that's what's happening right now.
That's good. That's
Wait,
good
you have it?
Are you saying it's during the fight he says this?
Prates fight, not this
Prates,
fight.
Carlos Prates and Jeff Neal. Yeah, right there.
yeah.
It's,
saying
yeah, right
during the
there.
fight, not a different
Yep.
clip.
No, right there. Perfect.
So this is like right before.
Yeah, so you could see Carlos Prates say, "Oh, you're gonna just wrestle me," and then Jeff Neal backs off him. So right there, yeah, you just had it. So you could see when they're against the cage, right there, you hear him, and they zoomed in and basically
wrestle me.
Yeah, and then he lets him go, and then this is when he throws it. 10-second call.
So you're thinking he wouldn't have let him off the cage if he didn't say that? Is what you're saying? Yeah, I can see
100%.
that.
And then boom, thrown off his game.
I mean, dude, there's those times that you let the crowd get in your head. You can let your opponent get in your head, and you're gonna do something you wouldn't normally do, rather than maybe holding Prates against the cage and continue to maybe dominate the octagon a little bit. Yeah, he let him off and ended up getting caught, and it cost him the fight.
But at the end of the day, though, you kind of feel like a bitch if you just holding somebody against the cage and not using it.
To an extent, you gotta. I mean, that means you're gonna go out and say that to Hamzat, like he was on him the whole time, like. You're winning, bro.
Well, I know, but Hamzat was at least he was trying. He was doing something. I'm not saying that he wasn't, but me, if I'm just holding somebody up against the cage and I'm not really doing anything with it most of the time,
that would work against you.
Yeah.
So someone's saying that to you, like you gotta like emotionally.
No, I'm just saying. But most of the time when I'm doing it to somebody, I'm resting or something.
Yeah,
and
I know.
I feel like a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what probably Jeff Neal felt like, and that's why he let him off. He's like, all right, let's go. To where you got to be able to shut off the crowd. You got to shut off what they're saying. You got to shut off the corner, and you got to stick to the game plan. I think from things I've seen on Instagram now is that Armin did a really good job of making sure that Hamzat stayed to the game plan. Sounded like Hamzat wanted to get out there and show some striking, which I can understand. Like, I like to be an exciting fighter, but Armin was able to stay in his head, be like, hey, it's working so well. Why fuck it up? Just get the world title, We'll
talk about it, but I mean, one thing that I do think is amazing is like you bring a guy like Armin into his camp. Like I know they're friends, and like TJ's had a lot of time now training with him, and Armin also trains with Sam and Rampage. He's a good friend of ours. He's here every day training. He's been a great ambassador of the brand and for Santo Studio and Jaxxon. And I think one of the coolest things is Armin is the epitome of being able to just shut off the entire internet, everybody in the gym, all the sparring partners, and only doing what he feels needed to win. And I think one of the coolest things is when he was here training with you, TJ, he said, the goal is to win a fight and win a belt. The goal is not to impress people, right? Yes, you want to put on an exciting fight. Yes, you want to show them that you have all the skills, but the goal is to be the best fighter. And to be the best fighter means you have to use all the skills you have to make sure you don't let the guy do what he's good at.
Yeah.
So there is a great quote. We FaceTimed Armin this morning. He was talking about how Hamzat came back to him after the third round or second round and said, hey, I think we're good. Let me start striking with this guy. And one of the main reasons why Armin was there in the camp and was there in the corner was he was kind of controlling the pace and making sure Hamzat had someone to rely on when it comes to advice for the fight. And Hamzat wanted to go out there and strike. And Armin's like, why would we change it now? You're already winning. Let's win these rounds. These are easy rounds. You're not going to go out there and start striking. You're going to do what's working.
I wonder why he didn't start striking with him.
Yeah. So I think Armin kept him like in the fight. Like, what's the goal at hand?
Because Hamzat, he didn't do bad when he was doing stand up with him.
But why would you if you're just jumping? Take the guy down and crucifix him in the first minute of every round. It's like,
I know, but think about this though. But think about this. Just hear me out for a second.
I know.
Hamzat's so good at wrestling.
Yeah.
And he's just next level. And if he took him down and dominated him the first round and stuff like that, and then now he's gotten worried about his wrestling. Now he can stand up with him and stuff and do a little bit of stand up and then take him down when he want a little bit, like let the guy tire the guy out, make him think he got himself up, and then it could be more of an exciting fight.
That's when you hit him with the combo, hit him with this combo. Look at this. So someone that I take down all the time, he's worried about my takedowns now, right? I love doing this to guys, especially when I first started. I was mainly a wrestler. I wasn't much of a striker. And so everyone was afraid of getting taken down. So I use it to my advantage, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm fighting Bear, and I took him down a bunch of times. I come here. What's Bear going to do when I come down there and slap his leg?
He's going to sprawl.
He's going to sprawl, exactly, right? So if I come here and he sprawls, boom!
I love that. I love that.
I would hit his leg, come back up, uppercut, and then fucking finish him.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then now people be saying like, oh my God, Hamzat this, Hamzat that, instead of saying like, oh, I'm not surprised Hamzat beat DDP that way.
But then you got guys like me saying, oh my God, Hamzat made him look like an amateur.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm saying that, that too.
I mean, here's the quote, Armin was saying, don't rush, don't try to go for a submission right away and lose position. It's better to calmly win the rounds. We're already up, we're winning, let's get the belt.
That's good advice.
And then Hamzat said, brother, now can I move around in the stand-up? And Armin said, I said, no, go in and do the same thing. Why come up with something new? We're winning, we're going to go home with the belt.
Yeah.
Like it's, but I mean, if anybody sees Armin in here, he's not, when he's training, he's not the guy on Instagram. He's very intuitive. He's very intellectually sound. He wants to learn. He's training with guys like TJ. He's showing respect because he's very into wanting to be the best fighter. And that shows, right?
Yeah.
He's locked in. He's not there for anybody else, but making sure his boy goes. He was more excited for Hamzat to get the belt than Hamzat.
Yeah, bro. You can tell just by the way Armin carries himself. You can tell, you can see that he has one thing in his sights, and that's to get in the belt. You just see the way he carries himself around here. When I see him on Nina's Kick Live, everything, you can see it. Like the kid's going to be champion, but that's what he's focused on. You can see everything he does is.
It's good. He needs that right now to be fighting Topuria.
Yeah,
we need that mindset.
Here we go right now too with another update is
well, he's fighting Topuria?
No, but here's an update.
That's the champion in his weight class.
Yeah, basically right now what's going on is, there might be a fight in Qatar in November, and it might be Gaethje, Hooker, or Patty. Armin said that Topuria doesn't want to fight till February, but Armin hasn't fought in a long time, so he thinks he has to fight in October and November. And the UFC said, what do we want to do? So Armin had a talk with the UFC and the bosses yesterday, and they said, okay, we have to make a fight then in October, probably Abu Dhabi or in Qatar. And
Qatar would be sick. I want to go to Qatar. Let's all go to Qatar.
Yeah. I'm down. I always wanted to go.
Me too.
And then they said that maybe they want to make a tournament there. And it would maybe be Gaethje, Patty, Armin, Hooker.
Nice. The UFC doing a tournament?
But this is just what he's saying.
Not a tournament. They're saying that like they're going to have two of the lightweight fights, and those guys will probably fight each other to get to Topuria. They're going to have Topuria sit on the shelf, keep marketing him. He's the champion. Yeah. He's going to be shaking hands, and they're going to like have this little tournament to get built up to him.
And Topuria doesn't want to fight again until February, so Armin doesn't want to wait anymore,
Yeah,
so
good. He does not need to wait.
Yeah.
He needs to fight.
All right, so let's go into the big one. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. After an 8-week camp here at Jaxxon Media House and Santo Performance Studio, DDP versus Hamzat Chimaev. Unbelievable.
Look at that cardio, boys.
Unbelievable.
Cardio was sick.
TJ Dillashaw called me the first day he found out that Hamzat Chimaev was going to do a camp here, and he said a few things. One of them had to do with you. The other one had to do with me, and one of them had to do with our strength and conditioning program. And everything TJ said was correct. TJ, I got to give you all the flowers again. I'm not glazing you.
You're glazing him.
I'm not glazing.
No, you're glazing him right to his face.
Okay. I got to give TJ all the respect he deserves, because TJ pulled me aside and said, you built the best facility. You have the best cage. You have the best team. You have the best brand. I get it. But this is what fighters need. I'm a world champion. Listen to me on this. We got to get Hamzat linked up with Sam Calvito. And I said, okay, well, the easiest way to do this, we got to get Armin to go over there with him. And TJ set it all up. They all went over there. They loved what Sam had to do. And I believe that, once again, the narrative about Hamzat's cardio and not being able to do it in the first round, it's going to be a problem. TJ, I'm going to let you carry it away.
I mean, I didn't watch it live. I watched it the day after because I was at the Sprouts convention. And when I saw that it was a 5-round, insanely unanimous decision, I just knew it's like, let's fucking go, right? Like, everyone thought the only way he was going to win was by finishing him. He went out there and just put on an absolute clinic. I was surprised with how easy he made it look. I know he was good. I thought it was going to be a lot harder of a challenge. I mean, I'm a DDP fan as well, too, like his pressure and the way he fights, right? But Chimaev looked like very low level. Like he'd never wrestled a day in his life before. It was crazy. He took him down and crucified him in under 50 seconds. You know what I mean? Like under 50 seconds, he got taken out and crucified and like held him there for so long. Insane to me. So crazy.
Why do you think that DDP, before we go into the fight, didn't have any answers for him? Couldn't figure out how to get off the ground. Couldn't figure out how to get up. Why do you think that he was allowing Hamzat to put all his pressure on him and staying on all fours? Like, there's so many things I have questions for as a fight fan, as someone who's starting to learn more and more about this after watching Hamzat's camp.
I mean, a lot of it I would like to know as well too, because it's like you got to know what Hamzat's strengths are, right? So how are you not training them day in and day out? I know it takes years to get that level, and Hamzat's like a completely different level, but like DDP was standing way too tall throwing his combos, only throwing punches to the head when he should have been going to the body, should have been faking knees up the middle, some like push kicks and things, rather than like every punch he threw was like to the head and just let Chimaev get underneath it. But Chimaev's chain wrestling is insanely good. Like he would go from one move to the next move to the next move, and it was just overwhelming DDP. And then Chimaev's just got to be so strong because like DDP's not a small guy, and he just looks like a wet blanket on him, just holding him down. You know, it's crazy.
Did you get a chance to move around with Chimaev?
Yeah, he let me train with him. Yeah. I think the one thing that I loved about Hamzat is, obviously he's a very scary dude when he goes in the cage, but he is one of the nicest guys on the planet when it comes to fighting. If he sees you have a passion for fighting, if you see you love fighting. I mean, look at his camp, 30 guys. Not everybody was sparring with him. Some of them are fighters that he's trying to bring up. Look at what he did for his sparring partners. Like, he cares about fighting. Like he said in the interview with me, Rampage, he wants to fight. He's there because he wants to fight.
Now, let me tell you this about DDP. A lot of people are giving up, like not tapped out.
Yeah, good point.
But like giving up, like
found a way out.
You see them like where people give up their neck so they can tap out, or give the arm so they can tap out. But he kept fighting. That's the heart of a true champion.
It really is. And he'd even come back and sit in the corner and be like, I'm good. He's like, I'm doing the right thing. Because his corner's always asking him, like, how are you doing? He's like, I'm good. Arms feel great.
Yeah.
Like, how could you not just be like, fuck, I'm getting my ass kicked?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I would have loved to see a little bit more scrambling out of him and getting, like, even if you would have possibly got submitted, I still think it would have been better than just laying here into this.
I've been embarrassed as fuck about getting put in the crucifix 2 or 3 times in one
like
fight. Though.
5 or 6 times. And for like how long? For like 21 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though, about that position and about the significant strikes and the whole fight in general, TJ. Do you think that Hamzat not only displayed true power, true like master of craft, but do you think he also was trying to make an example of what everybody thought by obviously his cardio, like showing that, look at dude, if I go down and if I take him down, I can keep him down? Because so many people were talking about that wrestling, he's not used to having to keep someone down of that nature.
Yeah, maybe. It could be the fact that he wanted to prove a point with that. I mean, because he is a guy that you usually, when you watch him fight, the reason why I feel like he would get tired as well too, because he would go 1,000% in the first minute and try to get the finish every time. And he was known for getting finishes right away. So, maybe he didn't want to prove himself and show his dominance for a 5-round fight, And then also you're fighting for a world championship. It's a lot of pressure on the line and you got a position. Like, I'm really glad Armin was in his corner to keep him level-headed and keep the goal in hand and get the victory, man.
I got shit to do. We know this what the fuck's gonna go on for the next fucking 4 or 5 rounds. Let's fast forward this shit.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap this up. So there's 3 things I want to talk about for Hamzat, for TJ real quick. Number 1, TJ, wrestling wise, everybody in the division now knows what he has. Everybody now has seen how dominant he could be.
Yeah.
How does now Hamzat prepare for the next guy, knowing that they all know what he could do to them?
Use it to your advantage.
Same thing.
Just like obviously go for it like this, but then use that wrestling. People are going to be scared to go out there and let their hands go because they don't want to get taken down. And then every time you fake a wrestling shot, they're going to believe it because they don't want this to happen to them. So use that. Like what I just showed, that fake shot uppercut, like a look low, kick high. Like every time he even glances low, oh shit, I'm sprawling. I'm getting out of the way. Like they don't want to be held down and embarrassed like this. Mm-hmm. So use that to your advantage. And then once they start stop believing in the feint, they stop believing in the feints because now you're piecing them up somewhat with your hands. Go back to shooting your shots, right? Like being so unpredictable. That's why it's so awesome that he's well-rounded everywhere because he can take the fight anywhere. If someone starts stuffing his shots, good. Fake him to go back to the head kick,
And Rampage, question for you. Does DDP, should he and his team try to seek an immediate rematch?
No.
You
Why is that?
just got destroyed.
You just got destroyed.
Yeah,
like,
there's
fuck
no
no.
worse.
DDP shouldn't even say the word "re" or "match" in the same fucking sentence in an interview.
Yeah.
Hey, with all due respect,
Yeah.
DDP need to probably go to a different weight class. He probably should like go drop down a weight.
No, he's too big to drop down.
He's stuck.
Yeah.
And then TJ, with DC, with you, with so many great wrestlers that have come into the UFC over the years and become world champions, do we think this is the greatest wrestler the UFC's ever seen?
Not like
John Jones.
I wouldn't say. I mean, but what he's done in the cage, yeah, but not like outside. Right now, his like accolades outside of fighting, but how dominant he was in here, that was insane. Especially because DDP's a great champion, man. Like,
Okay, so let's call it UFC fighter then. Is this the greatest UFC fighter that's a wrestler that's ever fought?
to
in the
oppose
UFC?
his will on
Yes.
someone, yes.
What?
The way that he's able to oppose his will on someone, he just got how many takedowns? Like 12. Yeah. He got 12 takedowns in here in 21
Controlled the whole
minutes.
fight for, like,
21
yeah.
minutes of control time and got a 50-44 decision with all wrestling. You know, crazy.
And kept the guy down. Coming from a sport where you're not normally predominantly
I'm not
exposed to
gonna-
keeping
I'm not-
people
yeah.
down the whole time.
Yeah.
What? Just say it. What do you got to say? Say it. Get off your chest. You've been on fire the whole podcast. I'm sure you're going to give us something good.
I think he's getting distracted.
All I'm going to say, with all due respect, because I don't, that's your boy, and so I come from a different era of MMA, like because I fight in Japan, like, man, I don't want to see shit like that.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to see.
But let me ask you a question, and this is an honest question, not just because we love Hamzat and he
Right,
represents
I
the
love-
brand,
yeah, I love
but
it.
the honest fight question. Shouldn't a fighter do whatever it takes to win a fight, not just showmanship?
Oh, that's UFC's model.
Okay.
Listen, Hamzat is a good champion. He's going to be champion for a long time.
Okay.
And I don't see nobody in his weight class that can beat him. And I'm a fan of him, what he stands for and stuff like that. But I said what I said. Yeah, I don't think nobody can withstand what his style. I don't think nobody going to be able to deal with his style. He's going to be champion. He's going to have a long reign.
We see Reiner de Ryder saying that he wants to fight. What do you think he could do against Hamzat?
I mean, Ryan DeRider, he's a ground guy, right?
RDR, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be really surprised how strong Hamzat is when he grabs a hold of him. Like, your jiu-jitsu ain't gonna do shit against that. Like, he wrist rides too well. He's chain wrestling's too awesome. Have you ever seen anyone try to threaten a submission on Hamzat that was even close? Like, no, man. Like, that shit ain't gonna work on him. Like, someone that's gonna do good against Hamzat would be able to defend a shot and keep it on your feet and punches and bunches and try to wear him out. Like, that would be the guy would need to beat him. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, you don't see nobody in the roster, right?
Yeah, I don't see no one doing that right now.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about this when I was watching, like right here, this round specifically, it's like DDP's on his hands and knees, not fighting hands. Like, what is he doing right now?
That's what I'm asking. Why was he allowing Hamzat to put his pressure and weight
Like,
on him?
he didn't even try to fight the hands, not once. Like, that's wrestling 101, you know? Like,
Probably just a lot more than what he was expecting.
I don't think they got much wrestling in South Africa. like
no,
that.
they don't. But like, you're a world champion fighting a guy that's gonna wrestle. Like, bring in the best wrestlers in the world. Travel.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
like what Hamzat did. He brought in 30 dudes. From
Yeah, he had
around the
Pat
world.
Downey here.
He had Pat Downey here.
Yeah.
He flew in one of the best wrestlers in America to make sure he had someone of the same size and weight. Last
But
thing,
but who wants to go to South Africa? Have you guys ever been to South Africa?
I think it's nice.
No. Have you ever been?
No.
Thank you.
Have you been?
Fuck yeah.
It's not nice. I've heard
It
it's like
sucks.
tons of money there.
is it really?
Fucking
Isn't Elon Musk from South Africa?
yeah. That's why you think his ass over here. That place sucks.
Okay, so before we wrap this up, Hamzat Chimaev, once again, the internet could call it glazing. I'm a brand that had a dream of supporting the guy. I know that was the one comment I got over and over again over these last 10 weeks, but it's like,
Bro,
dream
you have
come
all
true.
the right to glaze as much as you want. You had his
Yeah.
whole camp here. You paid for his
Yeah.
whole camp to be here. Like,
Yeah, we had an amazing
awesome
moment.
for the brand. Like, I was just pumped to be a fly on the wall when he's in here for his title fight. You could feel the energy. You could see what it's doing for the brand. You can see what it's doing for all of us here.
He
Like,
brought the first title home
One-
to Jaxxon Media House.
one thing's gonna lead to the next.
Yeah.
Armin's gonna win a world title. You're gonna start creating champions out of here. And I'm
Hopefully,
pumped to be a part of
hopefully
it.
Khalil Rountree's next.
Yeah.
Rampage, TJ. One thing I gotta say is the cosign having you guys here. Rampage, you were
Glazing.
so, yeah, thank you. You were so respectful with the camp the whole time. And TJ, we got to give you your flowers for the audience out there that doesn't understand how hard it is to put together a camp, organize strength and conditioning, organize times, get the gyms cleared, get people good, move around. We built a brand new jiu-jitsu studio here. That's by Checkmat, Leo and Bernardo. All of these people that came out here to help. You know, TJ was here making sure that the strength and conditioning with Sam Calvito was great. TJ was here to check in on Armin. TJ flew in almost every week to make sure everybody was good. We had guys like Sheckler and Jet Lawrence and Twitch come by and show support. And Blake Snell of the Dodgers. Like, we got to expose Hamzat to the U.S. American sports, Jet Lawrence. I mean, it was a phenomenal moment for the brand. And for everybody that wonders why we sell chains and sell watches and do this podcast is because we love what we do every day, building the best brand, building the best media house.
It's a culture, man.
It would have never even have happened without the cosign of you two guys.
Can I tell you something? I'm not telling you how to take my advice, but I really would like for you to take my advice. Stop worrying about the new generation and the shit that they saying, like glazing. Like, they're making it seem like it's fucked up to give like people compliments, people that's doing good, like your friends, and like we're your peers, we're your friends and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with giving your friends compliments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This new generation, man, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? They're not like what we're used to. It's not. They can say it's glazing. That's what it is. But you said it like 3 times. Like, they're gonna say I'm glazing. Come say
no, it's just it was the revolving.
No, yeah, I know. Fuck that. Don't let that bother you.
No, it doesn't bother me. But I was making a joke. More
glaze
about
me
it.
more.
Yeah,
dude.
if it bothered me, I wouldn't even bring it up. I know they're gonna use it more.
We should
but I don't
lift.
care.
Listen. We all should lift each other because you know. You never know when you're making history. Some of us could be making history.
This was a dream to have all these guys come here and train at a place. I mean, we started by selling chains, Rampage. You remember our old office.
Yeah.
And now we're selling the #1 men's watches with Japanese movements. And I say that not to be funny. I say that because we went out and created the most luxury quality piece you could wear every day on a watch. We elevated the chains, and now we elevated our fight game by having one of the best camps and best media houses.
I remember when there used to be a pickleball court here.
Yeah, you were the first one to play on that pickleball court, and you challenged everybody here until you won. That's you're a competitive menace. But one thing I also want to highlight about this camp that I thought was phenomenal. Firsthand, I saw what it's like to have a real nutritionist. I'm not being funny. A full-time chef, 3 times a day, amazing food for the camp. I saw what it's like to have a team practice twice a day with real structure and a time every day, TJ, that you've been so phenomenal about drilling into us. I saw what it's like to be a world champion ethic and, you know, like that dedication that Hamzat has with his team, and what it takes to win a world championship is a real team. Having friends like Armin, his manager, Sweep, these types of pieces. I mean, even Brendan Schaub, I texted him the other day. I'm like, yo, bro, I had to make sure that in the video with Hamzat, you know, I shouted you out for the question you gave because I see so many people, they just steal each other's content and stuff. And I'm like, even on something so small like that, because everybody played a piece, even when Brendan Schaub came here to kind of watch and do everything. So from the camp of Hamzat, I thank you guys, the coaches, Alon, and everybody from All Stars. And Hamzat, I think one of the coolest, most special moments about the whole thing, besides getting a belt, he also got his black belt that night from his jiu-jitsu coach, Alon, in the ring, in the cage with Joe Rogan. So it was cool. You know, you see the Jaxxon Santo Studio t-shirts on everybody.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, everybody in the cage right now.
Well, why he get a black belt that night? Because he didn't submit him.
It's just the grappling aspect of it all, right? Like, part of that's wrist riding, and I mean, it's wrestling and jiu-jitsu combined now. It's not just one sport, you know.
Oh, okay.
And then before I sign off, one last thing, just because I know, you know, I just got to say it to make sure it's very clear. Without Armin Sarukian, someone who cares about fighting, cares about fighters, but dude, talk about a guy who has all the money in the world. He's here 3 times a day, making sure the brand's good. He's always willing to come on the podcast, always willing to shoot content for Santo Studio. And for those of you that say, well, because you pay him. Well, no, we don't pay what that guy could afford. Literally, that guy could do anything he wants. He owns yachts, he owns cars, he owns
Stop worrying about the
whole country.
Stop worrying about the
No, but
trolls.
I'm trying to show people's character, because the problem with the UFC fans and the MMA fans is they don't know your guys' character. They think they know TJ. They think they know you. TJ's on the phone with me till 2 a.m, making sure that he's drilling in my head everything this guy's going to need so we could try to win a belt. I think it's awesome. You always give me the best advice outside of the podcast, telling me how we should behave and what we should do. I think it's awesome.
I know. Listen, I know what you're saying, but I'm tell you something. The streaming shit has changed me because these trolls, man, Them trolls, man, they so annoying. And
It's because you pick up chicks at Carl's Jr. now. It's different. You
No,
used to pick
no.
up chicks at Javier's and Nobu.
no, the
And then you
trolls.
have
the
a
trolls-
chick here
I
while
seen
you're
a
picking
video
up
of you
chicks.
paying a $35,000 bill at a club.
Yeah,
No.
you're crazy
The-
for that.
the clip is-
nah, you're crazy
the clip
for
is
that.
a lie.
And then you wonder why.
It was 3,500.
No, it wasn't. You lied.
Still.
You
Yeah.
lied.
Still.
You lied.
Yeah,
You lied.
It was from my cousin's birthday.
Bro, I saw you go out one night. You came home, and then some chick that you were with is already in your kitchen with 3 other chicks, and one of them was from a Vietnamese Thai shop.
Hell
and,
yeah.
and I'm like, what are you gonna
He's
do?
living his best life,
That's
dude.
what I'm saying.
I'm
It's like-
retired.
he's like, oh, I put a doggy door on the front door. They come through that. I'm like, what do you mean? You left it unlocked. Where's the
is
doggy door?
This is retirement.
All I gotta say
Damn, my
is,
retirement looked way different.
You
dog.
married.
Yeah, I know.
if there was ever a way to prove that our Jaxxon class is indestructible and the most durable class in the game, watch Rampage's stream when he walks around with a speaker hanging from his Jaxxon
Oh,
chain.
yeah?
It's all time. It's all time.
Yeah, that's why I can hear the TTS.
And with that being said, the recap is done. We have 2 more camps coming. We have breaking news tomorrow or Friday on our Jaxxon Behind the Brand show. Salute to Hamzat and his team. And we're going to end it with this clip right here of Rampage and Raja in the forest.
That is my son's first stream. I got my son streaming.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And it's
don't-
crazy
I
how
don't-
jacked you've been getting. So whatever you're doing, it's working.
I don't
Guys,
know.
thanks for
I
watching.
thought you said he's a vegan.
We appreciate you guys.
He's a vegan. I don't know if he's going to last because I don't think he can. Because those guys.
Oh, Hamzat wore this polo at the weigh-in, at the press conference.
They've been clowning on him.
Yeah, they it's a lot of trolls, bro.
Yeah.
Hold up, time out.
A lot of
And
trolls.
just so you guys see the Santos Studio polo, Hamzat Chimaev wore that at the weigh-in. It's available exclusively at Nordstrom nationwide and online.